And map number 2.
Ascent.
Ascent, PRX, side on Ascent. Attack. And map number 3 from PRX, you have Bind, Lotus, and Pearl.
We pick Bind.
Bind. And EG, side on Bind.
Defense, please.
Defense. And EG, map number 4, you have Lotus and Pearl.
The discussion. Kami talk to.
What are we gonna eat? What are we gonna eat?
You really can hear it.
Last minute.
Lotus for map number 4, PRX, side on Lotus.
Attack.
Attack. And map number 5, by default, will be Pearl.
Pearl dia punya map terakhir ya.
Defense.
Pearl.
All right, let's run back through this, make sure we're all set for grand finals. PRX came in with both bands. It's Haven and Fracture. Map number 1 is Split with EG on defense. Map number 2 is Ascent with PRX on attack. Map number 3 is Bind with EG on defense. Map number 4 is Lotus with PRX on attack. Map number 5, Decider, is Pearl with EG on defense. Good? All right. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Get it!
Go.
Oh, that is a juicy map pool, but also good to see CGRS as well.
Yeah, good to see him in the mixer for a moment. I don't think this should be surprising. Potter was talking yesterday in the press conference about how she thought it was going to be those two maps, Haven and Fracture Band. It's the same exact pool that EG played in the lower finals against Loud, but I think that double band advantage could be huge because Fracture, the best map for EG, and Haven, PaperX never likes to play that.
I love how PaperX approached this veto. They went straight for the hurt knee, like a fighter almost, right? Going after Split. That's where EG is 0-2. That's their weak point of their map pool. Map 3, Bind. We saw EG struggle a little bit on Bind, and they saved Pearl for last. That's a map PRX is 5-0 on in this tournament. You would say it's their best map, and they're saving it for last.
5-0 on it, but it was one that EG let slip away from them. They were on the cusp of being able to close that one out. It was 11-6, the advantage that they had, and then it went into overtime. So if it gets there, both of these teams you would suspect are looking to improve on those weaknesses that we did see in that series. The Ascent that got away from PaperX, the Pearl that ended up getting away from the side of EG. So I think that this is going to be a bloodbath, and like we were saying before, I think it's going to be a 5-mapper.
Yeah, we've seen today's maps, but it's time to get a glimpse of the future. Let's get our first look at Valorant's newest map.
New map.
I was blind. Kingdom. They said they were making the world better. Safer. Bullshit.
Kok tidak kedengaran Discordku? Apa Discordku termute?
This is what they've been after.
You three, shut it down. Reina, on me.
Yoi, live tengah malam.
Yo, Wings. It kind of looks like you.
It's encrypted.
Anjing ras yang bagus.
Wait. Can I borrow this? What? It's just a thumb.
Du kommer till att kasta oss utav system. We have to shut it down now. Damn it!
Wait.
Waduh.
This can't be the only way. Are you sure?
makanya belum mulai mempercayai Wingman.
Come on! Just trust us! Wings is different! You got this! I love you, little man!
Anjing mati Wingman.
Kingdom was a distraction. Fumbling in the dark. Grasping for something to stop the bleeding. The truth is,
Oh, Wingman ada cowok.
our world will never be safe until we deal with the real enemy. Touching down at Alpha Radianite location. Them.
Look this way, look at me now. This freak game, I'm breaking it down. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, it's easy to find your way out. Been running around with a chip on deck, making it happen, not what they expect. They gon' start hating when they see the check. Don't need you to like me, but need you respect. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me. Say they ride with the brakes on me. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me. Say they ride with the brakes on me.
They picked the wrong day to mess with our world.
Eagerness will undo them.
Keep your guard up.
Boleh lah. Not too bad, not decent lah. Mau dibilang keren kali juga tidak mapnya.
That is right, everybody. Sunset is going to be coming to Valorant, Seth, the latest map of the game. What did you make of that?
I love it. I mean, you know, we have to see a little bit more. I can't wait to get my hands on it, dive into this one, and see how everything's going to be playing out, what kind of angles you got to play around. But, I mean, we just continue to do excellent jobs when it comes down to these trailers. You hear the crowd going absolutely wild when they thought Wingman was going to sack himself. But, of course, they're not going to kill him off.
No,
Minimap
the map is just absolutely gorgeous. It's literally
Iya.
like a work of
Minimapnya
art.
kan yang
Look
lagi.
around the map, it
Sudah lihat dia
looks
punya anu
exactly like
sebelumnya.
Los Angeles.
Videonya sudah lihat
The
belum?
way the map is designed, I think
Saya
this is
lihat
going to be one of the
tadi
best.
sambil
maps.
makan soalnya.
I'm going to be quite real with you, Yancy. I played this one like Wednesday, and it's insane. It's a gorgeous map, and it plays really well. It's a map that
What's the meta? What's the meta, Sean? Set us
There's going
the
to be a
meta.
lot of mid control. I mean, it's a map where there's no gimmicks involved, and there's a heavy mid.
Iya,
there's
tidak
two
ada gimmicknya ini map.
And the sites are
Memang
perfectly
straightforward.
designed. It's a great map.
High praise.
Yeah, the vibe from seeing it almost feels like it's like another Ascent, like another just like good,
Sedikit
honest map
putar-putar
that is going to be super consistent. I'm just always excited to see what the teams, what the players can cook
Kalau
up with
mapnya
that
Valorant
try
kan
and figure
semuanya
out
ada
this
gimmick
map
kan,
once it's
tali,
It's going to be a Euro
ada
map, you think?
portal, ada
Every map's
pintu yang
Euro.
putar-putar.
Come on, every map.
Iya.
Give them a buff though.
Yeah,
No,
but
no maps are your
anything,
map.
I need you to give me the leaks here. Like, what agents should people be playing on here? What would you suggest?
I think you can get away with a lot. I think double controller will be pretty strong, like on most of the maps lately. But Breach looks like could have a lot of impact. There's low ceilings, so honestly, even a Gecko could fly. Like you could do a lot of cool stuff on this map. We're gonna see a lot of agent diversity.
Well, I can't wait to see that. We are taking a quick break here, but after we will talk to Riot Games' co-founders Mark Merrill and Brandon Beck. So do not miss it. More Champions Los Angeles will be back right after this.
Break lagi.
Break terus, istirahat terus. Kapan mainnya?
Oh, dia lama lagi.
Gitu, kalau mau kelas 1 lawan 5 minum Red Bull. The first game focus AI is here. Ada keycapnya ini dijual. Keycapnya keyboard. HyperX. Secret Lab. Gacor sih.
Kursi yang mereka pakai pas turun ini diapain?
Kenapa?
Habis turun itu kursi diapain? Dikemanain?
Ah, itu kurang tahu itu. Sebenarnya bisa kirim ke posku satu.
Ikut apa?
And welcome back,
Undian
ladies
begitu
and
kah?
gentlemen,
Terakhir kah?
met in college.
Iya, daripada
You guys,
kan mereka
this
ganti-ganti
would not
terus kan
be
tiap
here
kali
today
event kan.
if it wasn't for these two gentlemen, the
Pasti.
co-chairman and co-founders of Riot Games, Mark and Brandon. Welcome. So in the opening days of
Gitu,
Valorant,
kan
when it was
mantap.
first in development, did you ever imagine this? Like all of this today here in Los Angeles?
I mean, you kind of dream about it as a possibility, but you know, it feels so remote and distant. So yeah, we're kind of pitching ourselves.
Do you have any additional thoughts on that?
You know, we always hope that the game will earn the respect and appreciation of an audience, and you know, it's just incredible to see, and it's incredible to have it here in LA in our backyard.
I'd love to get both of your thoughts on this.
3-1
I think
sini.
you guys have seen how the game has grown and the sport has grown to such tremendous heights in such a concentrated period of time. What's it like to watch this game create such a welcoming space and such like a big community for anybody and everybody that could possibly want to be involved?
You know, I think it's a great testament to what Riot's all about. You know, our goal as a company and as devs is we're trying to make it better to be a player. And there's so many different ways that can manifest. And, you know, but it's you never know, right? It's always great to see, you know, players attached to something that you pour so much heart and soul into. And, but the community is amazing. I mean, we just look around and walk around, you know, in all over the world. And players are just having a tremendous response to Valorant, and we couldn't be more proud.
Now, before Champions, before this goal.
We're big Tac Shooter fans and had inspiration from games that we've played our whole lives, like Counter-Strike, and wanted to take a crack at building something in the space that we love so much. And
dia punya anu bilang
a
Counter-Strike.
bunch of talented people that came together with that dream and a passion for things that they wanted to add to the experience in the genre.
Now I do have to ask you any final thoughts
kenapa?
before we go into
tadi dia
the
bilang merek
great
lain di
show
depan
of
stream.
this year.
Dia bilang apa dia main Counter Strike bla bla bla.
We're stoked to be fans
Aduh,
and
nggak boleh
sit in
gitu
the
ya,
audience
Bang.
and cheer and hopefully have a great,
Tidak
great
salah
match.
harusnya.
I want to put you guys on the spot, right? I'm going to ask you to give me a glance into the future, right? How do you see the future 5 years down the road, maybe? What do you see as the future for Valorant and for Riot as a company in particular?
So, you know, we really believe Valorant's just getting started. And, you know, there's a ton of cool
Tapi
ideas.
saya rasa Valorant
it
tidak
has,
bakal
a lot of
tahan
features we're
lama
working
deh.
on, a lot of content,
5 tahun
different
deh
ways
paling
to
lama.
expand and evolve, not only the game,
Tidak
but
bakal
the
setua
franchise.
CS:GO.
And there's a lot of cool things that we have cooking at Riot. So, you know, Arcane Season 2 is going to be really exciting. You know, we got other great games.
Karena apa kehabisan ide untuk agent kah?
Arena mode and the cool
Mungkin
Soul Fighter event we
kayak
just
PUBG
did.
begitu
TFT
dulu kan
is,
hype sekali kan
you know, something
kayak
that,
wah
millions of people around the
revolusioner
world
bla
are
bla
loving,
bla
and there's
begitu.
awesome events
Cuma
that are
kan
coming up
lama-lama
to sort
orang
of
kayak
keep growing
ya
the
sudah game
you know, the TFT scene.
FPS
And we just
pakai
announced
skill.
DELL, which is our
Jatuhnya
fighting
nanti
game,
begitu.
you know, over at Evo.
Nanti
and,
pasti banyak juga
we're
orang
really
yang
excited
bikin
about that.
inovasi
So,
baru
and
kayak
there's a ton of stuff in the pipe we can't talk about
mungkin
either, but
minat
there's
juga
just
sudah
always
mulai
cool
beda.
things that are cooking at Riot. So always
Kalau
trying
CS:GO itu
to
setengah
figure
mati-mati
out ways
mungkin
to
karena
add
dia
value to
OG-nya
players out
gitu.
there, and
Memang
hopefully we can do
pure
justice to their
baku
incredible
tembak sih.
expectations.
Well, I think I can speak for
Iya,
everyone who's
standar
listening
yang
and
sudah
everyone
dari
who's
dulu
watching who's a
sekali
fan of
kok.
Riot Games.
Tidak ada
But I say
gimmick,
I'm
tidak ada
very
apa,
excited
semua orang bisa
for the
relate
future of
sama
Riot. Very
gamenya
excited
dari
for
yang
the future
tua
of Valorant.
sampai
Gentlemen, thank you so much for the time. We're going to let you guys go. Enjoy the
Tommy
show.
main
Enjoy
terus?
the opening ceremony. It's been a blast.
Ya,
And
Tommy
that's
tiap
actually
main
going to do it
sama-
for us here at the
sama
Golden
champion.
Carpet.
Dia
It's been so much fun.
peduli
Thank you
sama
all
ROX
for joining us.
punya
We're going to throw it to
final.
the desk one last time for closing thoughts
Belum mulai
before the
nih.
grand
Masih
finals
bacot aja.
begin.
So ini kayaknya sama mulai.
Thank you very much, Doug and Victoria.
So,
we have come
ma-pick tadi.
such a long way. You guys heard them talk about the beginning of
Mimo?
Valorant, but this is going to be the third Grand Finals of Champions. Sean, we are going to have a win to Ascend before, a win to Loud, but who's going to take it today?
I've been telling people all day PaperX is going to win this series, but I'm flipping the script actually. After seeing the veto, thinking how this is going to go, I think we're going to go to the 5th map. I think it's going to go Pearl, and I think EG is going to play double initiator and win this series.
Okay.
The crowd like that one. The crowd like that one.
They did.
All right,
I
Seth,
think,
what you got?
I think that there's not going to be much surprise as far as my opinions on this matchup. Bustio said that China would never be better than North America, but he didn't mention anything about Indonesia, about Singapore, about Malaysia, about Russia. PaperX are going to come out here. They're going to W Key Gaming all over this North American squad. They're going to send them home packing. They're going to be lifting that trophy as the first Pacific champion.
Kasorong sedikit.
If you're already in front of a home crowd here, guys. Evil Geniuses are comfortable here. They have come
Dulu saya celini damage teman
of champions.
Iya kalau
And I think
salah.
this is the moment where EG is ready.
Iya damage teman. Saya ingat saya main dan hero dong itu. Kayak main pernah. Ada satu main gila bunuh pakai kena bunuh pakai satchel. Sama-sama teman begitu.
BP yang bikin dia jauh setelah cecil keduanya kasih meledak di udara.
Tidak juga. Kayaknya kasih meledak di udara, tapi bukan itu yang bikin jauh. Kalau kau hitung punya timing betul, cara setchellnya betul, jauh.
Saya lihat kayak tidak jatuh dia di tanah soalnya.
Iya, dia setchell lagi.
Dia langsung double tap tapi setchell kedua.
Opening. Keren sekali openingnya. Sedap, Yorul.
EG main 3 hari berturut-turut.
Capek tentu itu. Pulang tidur ini.
Orang ini mesti main berapa map kah?
Best of 5 ini.
Berarti 5 map.
Yep.
Anjing.
Tapi ya best of 5 toh. Kalau 3-0, 3-0.
Ini Valorant dengan begini dia punya cara bikin turnamen. Mana besar hadiahnya dengan Dota?
Dota lebih besar. Belum ada yang bisa kasih kalah Dota.
Sampai sekarang.
Iya.
Dota punya prize pool itu terlalu ngeri.
Tapi saya rasa yang bikin kalah Riot.
Neon Twice tadi itu.
Kenapa?
Bukan Neon Twice tadi itu.
Bukan. Kayaknya yang bikin Dota itu kalah, mereka punya production tidak sebagus Riot.
Iya.
Riot sangat pop culture kan, sangat batarik anak muda zaman sekarang. Kalau Valve ya begitu saja.
Iya.
Strateginya kalau bagus sekali dari DP anu.
Sinematiknya bagus dan lain-lain.
Iya.
Kayak lebih perayaan begitu ya. Apa mereka buat itu?
Rumble. Saya suka dengan kameranya yang basorot penyanyi ini tagati kong jatuh. Jangan mundur-mundur.
Kayaknya kalau yang barusan itu pre-recorded ya?
Iya.
Yang ini yang baru live.
Macam Jokowi piano lalu dan.
Iya, yang naik motor itu.
Iya. Tiba-tiba so santai itu motor.
Jokowi stand pakai itu motor.
Dari pagi sampai malam anjing.
Presiden bawa motor pagi sampai malam. Langsung pergi di anu.
Sibuk kasih lewat anak kecil potong jalan itu.
Pas dia buka helm apa?
Apa? Oh,
itu kalau orang timur yang bawa buka helm apa? Begitu dia ada. Cuma Jokowi jadi apa?
Katy Perry kan ini atau siapa?
Bukan.
Oh bukan. Saya pikir.
Siapa ini?
Lagu apa ini, Cok? Tapi Valorant Riot ini suka sekali cari artis yang bukan tidak terkenal begitu, maksudnya bukan yang hype sekali begitu.
NCS lah.
Underrated.
Ultinya Sova.
Burung batuluk tadi baru.
2 kali kena mati, bro.
Sedap. Siapa lagi nih? Macam
Sama.
Ibrahimovic itu di.
Iya, dia punya kumis.
Dia black dancer.
Sedap killnya.
Keren ya mereka pakai ini bunyi skill dari agent dong.
Iya. Sama kayak grand finalnya Pacific kan?
Nih anjing, spike-nya keren tuh.
Tanam spike memang. Berdiri di atas mejanya player mau main, betul.
Wih, Neon punya ini tembok.
Anjir, keren, cok.
Tadi Yoro, Killjoy, Sova, Neon, Harbor ini. Ombak-ombaknya.
Harbornya. Defuse yang coba joget tuh. Iya, Ibrahimovic sih itu. Bumbet.
Oke.
Anjir. Kayaknya salah 2 detik deh dari event.
Ada berapa M dong bikin turnamen? Lebih lah. 10 M ini. Cuma urusan dia punya beginian.
Iya, cuma opening ceremony toh. Rena punya.
Lagunya aneh tapi dia punya visualnya keren.
Iya,
jadi
hype sekali dia punya visual.
Wih, anjing itu satu dia cover.
Berapa kali itu?
Kalau tak lecet itu, cok.
Kalau pas sepatunya hancur jempol.
Cara mau diffuse ini. Mantap.
Tidak ada yang diffuse itu.
Keren.
Oh, hanya itu 5 agent saja, tidak untuk semua.
Apa yang tidak ada tadi ya di situ ya? Sekarang siapa ya?
Banyak yang tidak ada.
Diego tidak.
Yang tadi.
Jet tidak ada.
Diego ada tadi.
Jet ada tidak?
Bukan Diego, kan tadi asap hijau-hijau.
Viper.
Oh, Viper. Iya sih.
Belum habis lagu.
Ini lagu pertama. Lagu champion pertama, cok. Ini lagu paling keren selama champion.
Saya masih suka ada 3 tuh yang ketiga sama pertama, yang kedua jelek.
Iya, yang kedua terlalu Yang pertama dan ketiga sama artisnya.
Tidak nendang.
Iya.
Yang kedua.
Ini the best yang ini.
Iya, the best memang ini, best.
Apa yang kita lihat ini?
Los Angeles dalam bentuk
hitam putih karena
dalam bentuk spike
meledak tuh.
Oh,
mati semua tante orang.
Mass murder.
Di LA lagi terus gitu.
Malah langsung disambung sama lagu ketiga.
Mereka sadar ya, mereka lagu pertama yang paling bagus sudah.
Iya.
Yang selanjutnya yang kedua ketiga ini agak mid.
Untuk yang kedua.
Siapa ini? Firza ini?
Firza. Agnes Mo. Ini champion temanya Gecko sekali ya?
Iya, Gecko semua.
Spray saja itu Gecko.
Iya.
Yang dapat drop.
Apa yang wingman bawa anu itu?
Bukan. Gecko Div, Gecko Div.
Ini ceritanya itu anak yang main-main game itu.
Iya.
Baby no money. Oh, mereka mash up begitu lagunya ini. Pakai beat champions pertama. Tahu.
Beat champion 3.
Kayaknya salah satu momen yang ikonik juga pas text Q mouse itu gila. Razer punya memang saham naik itu.
Wih, saham meroket itu. Saham Filmoon.
Dorang pay itu gadget game itu disediakan atau orang bawa sendiri?
Bawa sendiri.
Saya mau disediakan ya?
Iya, saya mau. Kalau saya juga turnamen tidak mau saya. Cuma mereka itu sebelum turnamen kan sehari sebelumnya harus batas meja, batas itu. Jadi mereka punya meja punya tinggi, mereka punya monitor punya tilt berapa, dia punya jauh berapa itu diukur semua sama timnya, tim staffnya itu dicatat.
Semua kenyamanan.
Iya. Jadi kayak sudah diatur memang pas sudah mau mulai game sudah diatur memang buat mereka punya.
Oh, jadi mereka naik itu tinggal pakai saja, mereka tidak atur lagi begitu, sudah diaturkan.
Kayaknya tetap mereka cek sebelum match, tetap kan lagi baca cerita itu kan mereka masuk lagi tuh sebenarnya untuk ngecek taruh gear atau gitu. Tapi mungkin biar tidak banyak kerjaan saja.
Kang punya itu, dia punya monitor itu.
Oh iya, iPad itu.
Monitor tempel di dada.
Dikasih turun dia punya itu ya, Spec ya.
Mana piala apa?
Iya, korek pialanya juga. Tak bakar apa-apa.
Atau bisa pergi.
Iya ya, mau kasihan game sebentar ya.
Iya. Riot memang tapi dari dulu sinematiknya bagus semua. Kalau kau tahu nonton orang punya anime, dia punya bukan anime, iya anime sih. Bukan anime, animasi Arcane itu bagus juga itu.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Valorant Champions Grand Finals. Now I have one question for you.
Muka Cina ini pasti pendukung PPRX ini. Itu di belakang. Tidak mau orang Indo sih bangsat koko Cina di mana orang Indo itu.
Kelihatannya Southeast Asia.
Tim Cina ada pulang. Kuat.
Jing ini Korea padahal ya.
Jing Malaysia, Singapura. Jing.
Singapura ini ada wajib militer gak?
Ada, mereka punya kan sedikit toh. Mereka punya warga sedikit populasi.
Iya sih. Something dong tarik dari mana?
Kalau something ini dari tier 2-nya Jepang, tapi orang Rusia. Dari tim tier 2 Jepang deh.
Wih, kom ini dia punya clutch ngeri.
Iya, clutch Jin dia, clutch Jin. Dapat.
Clutch ya. Bustia.
Sabar. Top G.
Dia punya clutch 3 T pakai Phantom itu shot.
Gila.
Tung.
Ini game mental sudah ini, siapa yang kena mental kali.
Iya.
Ini memang nilai spot 1-1 ya.
Iya.
Ya muncul langsung lari-lari langsung dulu buat foto.
Harus spesial dia punya final.
You see, Isi 1000 Trevor.
Iya, orang punya anu.
Siapa ini CC ini?
Coachnya ini. Keren, tapi jaket fidgetnya Amerika, mereka punya jaket sendiri.
Custom.
Iya.
Riot ini punyanya siapa? Eropa? Amerika?
Eropa. Amerika kayaknya, Amerika.
Amerika EG.
Tidak Riot ini.
Riot Amerika kayaknya, setahu kok.
Riot US ya.
Oh, di
Honestly, at the start of this year, I kind of already
Oh,
had
fucking
an idea
sad
that
in
this might
video,
be my
anjing.
last year playing. Everyone in Singapore has to go to the army, and I'm of that age right now. Of course, I'm scared and like anxious.
2 tahun tuh wajib
I don't
militer
know
nih.
what's
Iya.
like waiting in front of my life, but
orang di live chatnya Valorant lagi menangis, cok. Saling lihat live chatnya Valorant juga.
like really also I wouldn't have any regrets.
Odin.
Ini juga. Itu 3 kill pakai Odin.
Everything was like surreal. I would have never expected to be in the grand finals of a champion.
Sova kan yang di kanan tuh keluar langsung wave tuh karena kena headshot soalnya keluar semua.
You have performances like that. What does that do to the spirit of the team from having, lost such a close game?
Ini dua tim ini sama-sama kuat atau berat sebelah selama ini?
Sama-sama kuat. Mereka punya top 3 ini kuat, Loud kuat, ini kuat, PPRX kuat. Tapi PPRX itu unorthodox sekali mainnya.
It really shapes your mental.
Di ini series PPRX belum ada kalah tuh.
Belum.
Don't think about what these people online have to say.
7 win kan, 6 win ya.
Enjoy it while you're here.
Iya harusnya.
No regrets.
Soalnya di group stage mereka tidak kalah juga.
Gitu tuh.
We've had so many second chances this year, and we've always made sure we take full advantage of that opportunity.
Copenhagen, it was like our peak.
Ini juga sakit
There was a
hati,
world where we
cok.
actually won the grand finals. Champions, we bombed out, we didn't even get into playoffs. Lock-in, we lost first round. It was like rock bottom. It was like a really big moment for all of us. So I think
sponsor UC
all of us
1000
really
orang
woke up.
sana, Monster Energy.
Singapura?
Saya mau gimana? Everyone counted us down and out, and we became one of the best teams in the world. But there's always
Pasti merek yang kita tahu dong ya,
having that
sering
sort of
dengar.
support behind me
Southeast
is just
Asia.
like
Ini
undescribable.
malam orang asam lambung
I
semua
was
minum
really
UC
quiet
1000.
and I was always like just doing my own thing, but now I don't know, I just feel like I've grown a lot to become like a better person now.
Yang orang Indo itu Forsaken dengan siapa itu? Main Freak kah?
Main Freak, iya.
Oh, Forsaken itu orang Indo.
Iya, 2 Indo ini tim. PPRX.
Tunggu, di PPRX itu ada itu Forsaken di
It's more than
PPRX.
just trophies.
Iya.
Like we need to grow up as good people.
Main Freak
and we
dengan
need to
Forsaken Indo.
save as much fun as we can.
It took a lot to get to where we are, so I want to be known as a hard-working team. But be free and have fun. That's what we're going to need to win the grand finals.
Yang hitam kumisan itu gue deh.
Hitam kumisan gue deh.
My heart and soul, I wear my heart on my sleeve no matter what, and I'm gonna give it my everything to beat PaperX.
Pokoknya Forsaken kan yang itu toh,
If this is my
yang
real last
Cina
tournament,
satu itu.
and
Oh,
I
iya, sorry.
never come back,
Ya, main Freak
I'm just
itu.
proud of everyone in my team for going through this journey with me. I hope the fans just
Loh, Jing ini abis mau ambil juga dia tidak kembali main lagi.
Ya, itu main Freak ya barusan. Kalau itu kan pasti tahun depan mereka sudah ganti ini kan, ganti pemain pasti kan.
I think it will be a
Tidak
really
bisa
great
dia, tidak bisa dia tiba-tiba datang, oh saya mau join ulang, ganti tuh pemainmu. Terus harus latihan dulu, dia punya meta cocok tidak sama dia.
Harus kembali kan dia punya
Chemistry dan lain-lain. Itu di tengah itu ada Radiant Knight itu.
Just one more 4 series to close out the year. History is going to be made
Ada
no
dia punya
matter
gantungan kan itu
what
kan di
happens.
Bundle Champion.
EG or Paper X will lift their first ever global trophy
For
right here
second yang
in the
sana,
Kia
itu ini
Forum.
Indo.
And Mimi, you
Iya,
saw it in the
Indo.
trailer. You see what it means
Saya orang
to the
Jepang
both of
dari
them.
awal.
It is going to be a crazy and emotional series.
Rambut
Both
Jepang,
these teams have had a core that have been
Anu
together
tuh
for
orang
years.
orang
They've been grinding it out
tergantung
regionally,
makeup
waiting for an
timnya itu
opportunity.
kayaknya.
They've both been in a final before, had an opportunity to win a global trophy, but it
Paper
eluded
X,
both
guys,
these
Paper
teams.
X.
And it's one
So
more
login
chance
dari tadi
this year.
mereka
It's the
ternyata.
last game forging with this iteration of
Login
Paper
sudah dari
X,
tadi
and
mereka
it's
ternyata.
EG's last chance to complete their Cinderella run, to go from that team that no one expected to do anything to a team who could be the world champions.
That's the thing. It's the largest stage to try to get it done. That much
Berat
more
ini
pressure,
match ini
that
bakal
much
sakit
larger
sekali
of an
sih,
audience,
bukan
that
yang
much more
timpang.
pomp and circumstance to get themselves up here onto this stage into
Mereka
this
punya
moment.
best of 3 saja
I can't
kemarin kan
imagine the pressure that these players have to be
balas.
feeling coming into this
Apalagi
one
menang
right now. We
terakhir.
know that these are both teams that
Iya,
love to say
tipis-tipis
it's
aja
all
skor
about
di
having
skor
fun. We want to
terakhir.
go up there. We want to have those good vibes. We want to just have
Di
fun
Valorant
and
itu
not
pas
let the pressure seep
EG
in.
kalah di
You
ATK,
people know, Sean, that is not impossible to
itu
lock
baru
in.
mereka kelihatan langsung, wah
No, and
apa?
that's why they took that team huddle. Both of these teams so much
Kelihatan mereka
similarities,
kalah
right? The
begitu.
coach having so much control over the
Gua
team,
langsung
the
lambat
innovation
adaptasinya
we're seeing
EG.
out of both of them. They both brought in
Karena
star duels
banyak
in the
orang
middle
tidak
of their
mengerti
seasons.
dari game-game
The
kompetitif
similarities
begini.
are honestly
Sebenarnya
you-
kalau
you
strategi
can't
masalah
stop.
strategi dengan
These
aim,
teams are so
ya ada orang memang yang
alike.
jago-jago
Yeah,
sekali,
let's
tapi
talk about
semua
those two
di
coaches because you
average
guys heard
sama
that when Alex
saja,
and
aimnya
Potter walked
bagus-bagus.
out to this crowd.
Cuma mereka
the
punya
cheers
kemampuan
for the
adaptasi
love
sama
that they
musuh punya
received.
strategi
I mean,
di
for
tengah
Potter
game, itu yang
especially,
penting sekali.
both of them used to play on the teams they currently coach, but a lot of people doubted her, Mimi. A lot of people criticized her, but she's answered back and
Hari
she's
ini mereka main
proved
lain,
why she's one of the best.
baru
EG is now the
besok
team
mereka
leading
bahas
the
scrim
meta
sama
in a
tim
lot of
lain,
ways
mereka
in this
ada
stage.
strat
They
baru.
are one of the best in the world, and Potter has been there since the beginning. She was playing on this team, like you mentioned, when EG was first signed, and she's been there, has made the hard choices, dedicated to cutting BCJ, to picking up Demon 1, to taking all these risks to get this team to the position they're in now. But it's the
Ini
same
mereka
pace
punya pep
for
talk
the other side.
begini
Alex has
kayaknya
had to
cuma
make those
bilang
tough decisions too.
gak apa-apa kita
Exactly. Alex
kalah,
has had to make
habis ini
all
kita
those
pergi
same
makan
exact
burger
decisions, right?
saja.
Getting rid of Beckett. That's the
Begitu
innovative
begitu.
leader of your team. You replace it with a star
fan favorite
duelist.
player.
Fan favorite too, yeah.
Yeah, and you let this star
Game
player
apa lagi yang
take a duelist role
turnamen yang
over
dibikin
someone like
hebat begini?
Forsaken.
Selain
I mean,
Dota
that
dengan
is a
Valorant.
crazy decision that he made at that time.
PUBG itu
But
tidak ya?
look where he is now. He was so
Kayaknya
confident. And
tergantung
in
dia
addition
punya
to all that, they
developer
bring a
juga.
stand-in Gecko
Yang
in
saya tahu,
Tokyo and then still
Riot
plays
itu dia
third.
punya anu
I
bagus.
can't praise
Dia
these
punya
two coaches
production
enough.
bagus.
If I'm being
Anu,
honest.
LOL
I mean,
keren
I think
juga.
that they both
Dia
have
punya
very similar
production.
styles, or at least very similar
Kan
results when it comes down to
LOL
trying to
sampai
calm down
ada
the players and get them
KDA
refocused on the game. Obviously, Alex a bit more emotive
Sampai ada dia
compared to
punya
Potter,
girl
who's
band
just sitting there going,
imajinatif.
everything like that. Alex is slamming the
Dan
dishes,
lagunya
getting
keren
frustrated
semua.
when they're not doing
Girl
anything
band
perfectly,
game.
but he knows how to slow
Iya,
things
girl
down.
band
He
in
knows
game.
how to pull them aside. I mean, there's a famous clip of him just taking something and
LOL
saying,
kan
I
Riot.
want you to turn
Iya,
your
Riot
brain
itu.
off. And then he went into the very next round, and they just swept the rest of that series. That is that connection that you have as a coach to your players that every single team would love to have.
Yes, and that's a strategic coach telling his player, go out there,
Pro player
slay,
saja
right? I want
practice
you to
range
play
dulu sebelum
a
turnamen.
grindy style that the other team is not ready for. You have the skill. And I see that same stuff when I watch Potter. That's what makes these teams so
Apa tadi
amazing, is the
pertama ya?
coaches know
Split.
how to innovate. They know
Split,
how to create
ascend,
set plays, but they're also willing to
bind,
relinquish all
split,
that
ascend,
control
bind.
and give it back to the players.
Yeah, and I think for both these teams,
Kenapa
it's
terlalu
that
jauh dorong
recovery
dorong
aspect. It's
jarak
coming back
antar komputer?
from so many doubts, from such bad
Tidak boleh
starts to the year
boleh
to now
lihat.
making it here. Busto in the press conference
Apa?
the other day said that people might think that they're the villains,
Kalau
but
jauh
that they
dari jarak antar
lost a
komputer.
lot. They got used to
Komputer
it.
sama
2021,
teman.
2022,
Iya.
they did nothing but losing.
Kayaknya
But he
supaya
said that
bulat
being
saja.
here in the grand finals of champions, going on this
Kan
run with
siapa tahu
teammates,
tuh
with the
boleh
coach
teman
he's been with
somati,
for
boleh
years,
POV
it's a
nya
dream
teman
come
yang
true
lain.
for him, especially in front of this
Kan
crowd
bisa dia
here in Los
ganti-ganti saja.
Angeles.
Yeah, the crowd, they're always behind EG every step of the way. But let's
Dia
talk about
ganti-ganti
the
dari kameranya,
star
Pak.
players as well on each side. We got Demon 1,
Misalnya yang masih hidup,
yes,
yang
he missed
masih
out
belum
Tokyo,
mati,
but he could
temannya so mati
potentially
kalau
lift a
dia
trophy
mau lihat
in
dan
his
ngubahin
first
tip.
ever global event without losing a
Karena
single
kayak begitu
series
justru
set.
bikin kalah
It would
deh,
be
bikin
nuts
tidak
to just
fokus.
become a roller rotor right off the rip, come into this thing as somebody who's playing around Japan, dominating,
Yang penting
and then make
dia
the
punya
run all the
temannya
way
mati
to grabbing
kasih
that
info.
trophy. But Demon 1 would be a very similar story, obviously, on the opposite side. Both of these guys have had such explosive impact from the moment that they joined into their rosters. It's unprecedented how much of a different look we've seen from both these squads. But you heard it from Jing there in the video ahead of this, saying we felt like we were just in a pit. We were at our rock bottom after our losses at Lock-In, at Champions last year. They weren't that team that hit their stride at Copenhagen, that made it to a grand finals. They were in a slump. And the addition of Demon One as well, something has just reinvigorated and reinvented both teams.
Really has.
Ini orang ini yang bikin shorty di nerfing
something bad. And the Champions title right now, which is absurd.
Baru lihat Demon One, dia punya headshot 39,8%.
The fact that Demon One played Brimstone, played Astra throughout this run, in addition to these Star Duelist roles, he's been known as saying he doesn't even like using the operator, despite probably being the best one in our region right now. He is a very special player that Potter just somehow knew to bring into this team.
And what's insane as well is that every single global tournament, we talk about history, we talk about going back for those first two champions, every Masters tournament before this, they were always just sitting at home, watching, aspiring to be there, to have that opportunity. I don't think either of them could have imagined they would be here this year. They get picked up partway through the season, join their team, and both of them go on this incredible run to make it here to the grand final. For both of them, in their rookie
dia dari kecil main game gitu.
In front of this crowd, yes, it is the home crowd for EG. But
dia satu keluarga gamer toh.
PaperX have played, Seth, we've seen the fans
dia punya Koko pro player CS:GO, the best offer di Indonesia.
I feel like just as much as they maybe love the
dia punya adik rank diamond. Anak umur 10 tahun rank diamond.
They'll probably admit like, yeah, I'm a PaperX fan as well. Like this is a squad you just
kalah kita.
Baru anak umur 3 tahun diamond ini bukan diamond ecek-ecek. Dia main akunnya 4 second, dia bantai-bantai orang Radiant.
Because the rest of this team, even with the addition of something, is still just as lovable.
I mean, they really are the most lovable team in the scene, right? It's impossible to dislike PaperX. How they play the game, it's so refreshing. And if you talk to the players, they create everything on their own. They copy zero tactics from other teams. That's very atypical in the pro scene. Most people aren't trying to reinvent the wheel. They just kind of copy it and move things around. That's what EG does. Yeah, PaperX is not that team at all. That's why we see the Harv Arena. That's why we see these crazy comps come out of them. And it's so refreshing to see a team like that succeed.
And that's why this match is so difficult for EG. We've seen these two teams play up against each other before, but I think PaperX is the hardest team to prepare for, period. Because they are the squad that it's not always the same thing. It's not always a meta comp. It's built on their flexibility, their ability to come
main
up
tidak ikut meta begini kasih senang.
So this is where the pressure is on for Bustio, for Potter, the leadership of Evil Geniuses,
mereka tuh mau kasih patah gamenya, bukan mereka mainkan gamenya, mereka mau kasih patah gamenya.
No one has been able to shut down at Champions thus far.
Jadi kelihatan lebih banyak variety begitu, bukan begitu saja.
Facing off against PaperX again, here's what he had to say after their last match. It feels impossible sometimes just to play around against them, and honestly, it's not fun to play against them. But the thing is, if there was any team that could maybe take them down, any team with a prep, any team with a mental resilience, right now, Sean, in this moment, it's probably Bustio and EG.
Yeah, it's Bustio and Potter. That tandem right there has put together some incredible anti-strat gameplays over the course of this year. Not even looking at this tournament, the whole year, that's just how they operate. But playing PaperX, and he says it there, it's a different beast. You can prep all you want until you're in that server and you get punched in the face. There is no team. I know EG has that B team. They scrim against B teams. They're one of the only teams in the entire scene that has a 10-person roster that they can scrim against the secondary team and play the comp. But that's not playing against Jing, Forsaken. Sure. It's not the same thing.
Dia punya gimbal, equipment banyak sekali.
Baru dia bawa sendiri dan dia punya teman. Biasanya dia ikut-ikut di belakang gitu, tarik-tarikan kabel.
Ini betul-betul sendiri.
They have to keep it ingrained in their brains. If you have not seen comp, he's behind you. If they can memorize that, then they have a very good shot of shutting him down. down. But he's so good at slipping the net and striking when it's least expected.
The clutches are what have defined so many of these series for EG. They said they were a team of second chances, of capitalizing upon those opportunities when they're
Oh, itu pisau Valorant lock itu bagus ya.
They let the game slip. It was in their control. This is their chance for redemption. And
warnanya bagus-bagus.
It really is
ada dia punya aura juga.
Something is talked about how in some of the earlier matches of this tournament, he was shaking in the first few rounds.
Ini kopi ABC ini mereka taruh dalam cupnya
There is so much pressure on these guys, and they can see in the middle of the stage.
Bisa request tugu buaya tidak?
Yeah, I mean they've both been in this position before.
Sampai di sana cari tugu buaya tidak dapat.
Let's talk about the actual maps here, the 5 maps that we could potentially see starting with splits. Do you guys feel like this is a case of whoever starts off fast and get on the board is just going to take this in a sweep, or are we looking?
Kalau PaperX dapat pistol round, enak sekali mereka punya map ini. PaperX ini suka taruh pistol round, tidak tahu kenapa.
Map itu di lantainya itu. Split on the horizon. I do expect that this is going to be very PaperX favor, just given that EG haven't quite really figured things out in this map, but we'll see if they've made any changes.
Well, we were going to see right here, right now, in the Prime Gaming Agent select, and here it is.
Yes, they have.
They have.
Wow, they put Demon on the jet into. I love it. They went back to their double duelist. They were running before in BCT Americas. This is
untuk kesayangan tangan kayaknya.
Demon 1 had been playing Astra throughout this tournament. They had a 28% win rate.
Atau mungkin supaya anti gugup, anti stress.
Versus Loud, we saw that chamber composition get exploited. This is the comp that helped EG go on their run
map winnya EG 36% ya.
You get Jajimo, one of the best raised players in the world, versus Jing.
PaperX map win 63%. Lebih tinggi.
We just have mirrored competition.
Beda 30% hampir.
It's going to come down to who pilots this the best. Obviously, EG knows how to pivot. How warmed up are they going to be on this? I think there's still going to be some comfort there. So still concerns.
Tapi kayaknya map ke depan tidak mau sama deh. Karena pasti mereka bakal main hardware di Ascent abis ini.
One more chance to try to lift the trophy. Can they start with the right foot forward and get this win here on Split?
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. The agents are locked in, and we are ready for map 1 of the grand finals between EG and PaperX. And we got 2 of the very best to take you guys through this Kia Forum. Give a warm welcome to Pansy and Hypoc.
What a beautiful day for what could be some of the best fucking Valorant we have ever seen. This final is nuts. PaperX, last chance to dance form, right? Jing about to have to step away, but he could leave his mark in the scene. And EG, the ultimate Cinderellas.
Absolutely, and actually an opportunity to really capture the villain arc. Deny Jing the final exit in Valorant with a trophy in hand. I mean, what an absolute spectacle we have.
Mereka ganti logo mereka.
I can't wait to get things started here, Lauren.
And it all starts on Split. The thorn in the side for EG. It's not looked good this event. But they've changed. They've come in with a different comp, and we are right into things. No messing around.
Punya Viperwall
on the attack, EG on the defense, and this is going to be a marathon of a game.
Mereka punya 2 controller. Jadi Viperwall-nya itu untuk kontrol, memang kontrol to space.
Oh yeah, Viper Astra.
EG racking up the bodies though. Device still standing, still controlling space. The rest of EG need to temper themselves a little bit here. PaperX have divided this map up. They've got the site now.
Look at the HP bars though. Everybody from PaperX tagged up here. Jorgamo, no utility.
Ooh, okay.
This Frenzy could do real work here, Lauren.
Oh, Jorgamo finding Jing now.
Kalah lagi
mereka
punya pistol.
The HP is low. Pain Shell back up and Mind Freak
Satu
fails
flank.
there. He's down. And now it's all on Divide. Spotted and deleted. EG.
Kebiasaannya PaperX kalah di pistol round.
Expecting things to be pretty explosive here. The thing I've got my eye on immediately with this comp change is the B-side control here from Evil Geniuses. Obviously, stepping onto the Astra, we have no questions about the mechanical talent of Demon 1, but in terms of anchoring that site, there were concerns previously. Boostio now to fill those shoes.
Tapi jangan pikir PaperX tidak mau battery juga.
Definitely something PaperX could potentially try.
Oh, tidak mau force buy mereka. Padahal dapat plan.
Will be locked towards Tom as well. Proven to be a big stage player. And there is no bigger stage
SFK.
now.
Iya. Apa hari Minggu?
We're looking at damage here.
Double X.
Sheriff's in hand, yes. A little bit of a test, and of course they're going to be walking into somewhat of the unknown, right? They maybe expected EG to come out as they had previously throughout this event. Maybe had a chance of kicking off this best of 5 with a very favourable start. However, already big info found, and look at Jordan.
Kita sampai kapan?
Here with the judge. Plenty of Paper X bodies on the other side. I think Doombot will reveal that. Forced away. Fully with Demon 1. Finds one ahead of the Viper wall.
This guy with the Guardian is something else still, or that's dangerous something. It started well here, warming himself up into this matchup. Jorgamo going to deny any comfort towards ramp, and that's the spike dropped. Goes a little further ahead, they need to calm themselves here, kind of feeding into the beast. Paper X will be happy to take any of those bodies. And now they've got some rewards, a judge, a Guardian,
timing.
an opportunity. Combo denies it, retakes that heaven control, and leaves them with the 2 who are towards the site. Mind Freak finding Com. Player standing. And now just Mind Freak
nice
found in the end. But it got dicey. I think we're seeing some of that nervousness, that almost over-peaking here.
Yeah, damage done here by the Sheriffs. You can see something desperate to try and make a play happen with the Guardian. Just actually
belum panas ya adik-adik.
Just to remove that threat.
Baru sampai di map 3, Sukala juga. Belum panas terus, kapan panas?
Jorgamo actually one away from the showstopper already. Fantastic progress on his part.
Tidak mungkin.
And it looks like Paper X have a really good idea of how they want to approach at least this round, right? It is the bonus, so whatever's left in the EG pocket, they're going to bring back in. So the Guardian, the Stinger, and the Judge are still into play, but it's not a great deal. Paper X should be looking to win this cleanly.
Mereka punya
Opting for
control
the A
side.
site as their eventual goal on the attack. They're going to get the plant pretty much
Rifle
unscathed.
take.
As we noted, EG mostly stacking towards B.
One is open here, so Paper X going to disengage.
Anjing, 3 orang naik rafter nih.
Iya, karena EG main full retake. Mereka harus contest space-nya.
I think it did just pop inside the smoke though. I'm not entirely sure what happened off screen, but
Anu kan apa? Plan for heaven toh, jadi mereka harus contest heaven.
He does. Forsaken's fallen, but can they clear the rest of this? It's going to be a late wrap towards heaven for Paper X to try and keep control of this spike, but there's an issue. They don't have eyes on it yet, and Com's position could have been a disaster. It's not. Jing still standing. Don't 3, keeps it safe, but it is a 2v2. And there is a rifle, the pink shell! Jorgamo! That's nuts! And the 1v1, Ethan down solo, has to just stand and face. Gonna get Paper X first, but Michael, the casualties are off the charts.
I mean, they bring a Guardian and scraps into that round. They bring it down to just 1 rifle taken away.
Mereka punya trade nih kayak kacau sekali tapi tertata.
Desperate to try and retake this space. I think EG have
the exactly
what's going on here. As soon as they've
Tidak
noticed
bisa
that
trade itu nanti pasti
one member in the
minus
front
1
take it down
kita.
on site.
Udah rugi ya.
Things get shut down. Something one away from the Blade Storm already. I was talking about the showstopper that did come out in the last round from Jorgamo.
Melompat lagi Ji.
Very quickly up ramp here. Nothing inside the gravity.
Siapa?
Away here.
Kena wallbang dia di kepala kayaknya.
Bit of a fake here to feign some aggression. 3 members of EG.
Hail dulu kasihan itu orang.
Yeah, finally noting.
Kena.
Ethan, lucky to survive that.
Yeah, down to 56, but he can at least get Demon 1 back up to fighting HP. And you can see the rest of Paper X taking their time there.
No, screen!
But so there's Ethan. Takes a little bit of a glimpse and he takes something's life. The site now difficult.
Kenapa mereka bertiga harus lihat ke heaven sih?
Position will be revealed, but they don't know exactly where he's waiting. The flash follow-up wasn't good enough.
Lawan for second bertembak. Bisanya mau lawan for second bertembak, cocok.
Taking well Seekers here as well. Bested off the rip.
Aduh.
In here potentially. Gets he pulls the trigger too early. Mind breaks down the first.
Dapat satu lah, boleh lah, boleh.
It's not over yet. Jorgamo going to be noted and kept in check by Devi here. A big battle. Fantastic work in a 2v2 now. Lovely connection towards Com, and it's all in Boostio's hands in a 1v2.
Sudah safe lah, bro. Jangan dipaksa begitu.
He's so blind. I don't know how he's still alive. Taps the spike and looks for Divine. Not going to be entertained. Beautiful control from Paper X.
Nice. We'll tie things up 2 apiece. Evil Geniuses, another round where we're seeing them happy to try and initiate some sort of aggression. The ones to be the aggressors towards Paper X. It could be something that, you know, has been alluded to. Busio was saying how difficult it is to play against them when, you know, you give them
Kayaknya harus
time
pakai
and space to
mousepad
set up
wibu
something
kita
else,
biar
things that they
jago.
like to incorporate into their game plan.
Mousepad wibu yang berbaki, supaya lengket sedikit.
Supaya lengket aim.
Tidak slip.
Pretty violent here. Something gonna get ahead of this, but it could be now a little vulnerable. You can see the temptation. Bussio's been caught off.
Kenapa something tidak pakai skin? Something ini lain otaknya.
Dia kenapa dia pegang itu? Tahu deh orang.
Jing on the heels. So aggressive. The Paper no. Flies through the air, finding Jing, and it's a 1v3. This is a little out of check.
Kan biasanya orang itu kalau pro player kan full skin kan. Pasti mereka tanya hari ini pakai skin apa, ya kan? Mana yang gacor? Something bilang hari ini yang gacor skin hitam.
Skin gosong.
Gosong. Kan ada di vlognya kan? Hari ini pakai skin apa?
Pas dia atur-atur DP komputer, DP akun, oh kasih apa lepas semua DP skin.
Tak pencet.
Lepas semua DP skin, dikerjain DP pro player.
Dia tidak mungkin kelas ya. Terlalu kalau dia bisa menang.
Dangerous, but Paper X again. These rounds they may look close, but it almost suits Paper X.
Ay, komini.
They'll take a brawl.
Absolutely.
Oh, kena tangkap.
Behave. Get out. Relax.
None of that today.
Relax.
Mati for second.
Well, he's talking about removing Mind Freak and Forsaken. They fall into the spike. Something's got his blade storm.
Oh begitu mungkin DP maksud itu.
Apa tuh?
Iya. Mati semua.
Ada mati dua dari Spike.
Iya.
The second of the Jing was.
Tapi kayaknya tidak terlalu luka ekonominya Paper X karena sudah menang 2 round sebelumnya.
Iya.
Luka sih, Forsaken punya sisa 50.
On the other side, some very high
Armor
as well. So this
kecil.
could be a high value round, and Jing is making no subtleties of the side that he wants. Leading
Sudah
the way
ketahuan
towards
mainnya Paper X yang begini.
and they're going to have to respect this. They have to sit deep.
They posting it as well.
Itu textbooknya Paper X itu. Jing ada ulti, mundur semua dulu.
Look at the minimap. Look how late Devi is planning to play on this.
Iya, kelihatan banget tadi tidak ada yang di sana.
They're taking CT space. They're willing to challenge for every step that EG wants to take. Demon One's got his work cut out here. You can see it.
Tidak kan kita bisa lihat ulti musuh ada atau tidak.
Demon One denies something.
Aduh.
Back and forth, he's got Jing. Jorgamo popping the other ones to clear out White Pillar. That's his. EG sweeping through the site. It's Forsaken and Devi left standing in a 2v4.
Forsaken?
Devi still in play.
Okay.
And Devi shows his hand. Looks for
Aduh.
to get more. EG back in business.
What a phenomenal retake by EG. And this aggression is all tailor-made to play in Devi. To force EG deeper into spawn. Slow things down, but Demon One paying no respect. It's another round. The things that Bustio's alluding to. Don't want to give Paper X the time, the comfort to be aggressive.
Iya, ada orang tenang kabel.
He's on a solo mission here, by the way. He challenges the divide in spawn. There's a judge there. And then Jing is the second player behind that.
That felt almost unbreakable, that positioning.
Pikir itu ada usah dipecatin nih kayaknya.
It's going to be maybe an initial start here for Demon One. Going to invest in the knives straight away. The flash could encourage. How he plays this one out. Again, Ethan receiving most of the contact to this, but there is presence in middle. Paper X want to take space here.
This will be the round win that actually gets the operator in hand for Demon One as well. He sees saving through with the blade storm.
Ini map ini memang harus dikontrol midnya.
Say that on the back of contact elsewhere.
Biasanya kontrol Mind Freak. Dia habis tahan di B, dia bakal lihat di mid.
Ethan's drifting away, and you can see Paper X is starting to stack up. You've got 5 pretty much present in the play. It's going to leave it in the hands of some dangerous players. Jorgamo, one of them. First casualty, caught. Jing. Pain Shell denies any space, coming directly towards the site, but it kind of plays in Demon One a little, but Heaven is the next target of focus for Paper X.
Iya, biasanya lebih cepat kalau Paper X sih. Cuma mereka mau cari info saja dulu.
Tried to go for the follow-up, but PaperX, as said, will always be ready to fight. Jorgamo goes back in again.
Ada yang 20 detik
Really,
malah.
it's always going to be happy
Tim
for
Eropa
PaperX.
malah
They'll
20
take this,
detik
they work
pasti.
down to a 3v3.
Indeed, they've got options
Lebih
here,
slow
but
begitu,
Lucio
lebih
still
pancing, kecil lah, apalah.
battered and bruised will find the
Pijak
point
kepala.
regardless.
Itu.
Tag onto comm as well, down to 15 HP, has to get healed up.
Yeah, they fought for that space, hard earned. Heaven still held.
Oh!
They'll flash into the timing on that, but Mind Freak on the bail.
Okay.
Fighting two.
Okay. Mind Freak.
Don't challenge these
Memang top
boys in a
G nya
brawl.
kita
They
ini.
are looking lethal.
Another 3K from Mind Freak. Almost his signature move this event.
Yeah.
Find PaperX a 4-3 lead here. Beautiful stuff. But I gotta say, I'll come back to the same point. We see this same sort of thing between Ethan and Jorgamo a couple of times now. The flash out from screens and the satchel from elbow, but Evil Geniuses are happy to go toe-to-toe. They don't just want to take a beating. They don't want to sit back and let PaperX execute on them. And whether or not Demon 1 is the response to that, it's actually harder on this side.
And it's such a double-edged sword in my mind. It's like, okay, do we play into what PaperX are doing?
Coachnya call time out. Berarti mereka mau ya apa? Adaptasi, bicara, bilang, kau kesini sana. Kan coach tidak boleh bicara kalau lagi in game, lagi main gitu.
Itu memang sudah jadwal, sudah ada waktu dedikasi.
Tidak, tergantung coachnya mau call kapan. Satu match, satu map 2 kali. Satu half 2 kali time out. Jadi total 4 kali satu tim.
PaperX as a whole, to be honest, outside of the head-to-head. Again, you talk about it, they are just the masters of mayhem. All 5 of these members on PaperX are just lunatics, especially in solo situations.
They're going back a bit more. We've been doing pretty well at A. Why don't we run it again? Here we go. Waiting for the barrier to drop. PaperX straight off the rip again. Pacey. Taken straight towards the ramp, but something's the one to find Jorgamo.
Over the top of the pit as well.
Instantaneous.
Look at where that death marker is, up on rafters.
Oh, dapat itu.
Aduh, pressure here. They've got past it here, but he's missed.
Given a second chance at life here. Actually, PaperX are scrambling. They're looking for another option. Now, if they do directly go towards B, you know, they just run that
Nah,
down.
ini gunanya lurker, dia cari info, ada yang rotasi tidak. Kalau ada orang dekat, baru dia bunuh.
Fairly risky spot, vulnerable to Heaven.
Yeah.
Where Mind Freak is, Ethan has to close this gap.
No flash to help him yet either.
No.
But the stalls worked well enough. Flash just coming on for Ethan.
Tidak cek ini backside.
He's going to put Boostio back to the wall here. He's got to be so careful. Can he get played in by Ethan? He's actually got a chance for himself. Going to deny Forsaken. It's still a 2v3 and it's still Mind Freak who has been a master. Devi, similar scenes. 40 seconds.
Devi's actually got the pit here.
He's looking at it.
Yeah.
Yep. He wants that. Play. Time
it covers all of sight.
Cuts off CT.
This is a really difficult pit to overcome. Mind Freak actually playing a little bit disconnected outside here on rafters.
But can they isolate him?
Bagus sih, selama Mind Freak tidak mati.
One for his troubles, he can. Falls away into the pit, and now the crossfires are going to be horrifically hard to break. With limited vision, what can EG do with this? Ethan got a flash.
With the spread here, it's a real question. Actually, that's going good. Demons one found one.
Okay, it's just down the way in the pit. He's diving headfirst into this. Ethan's got him. EG, how did you break through that?
I mean, the kill from Demon 1 comes too. The most random whether or not anybody's pushed all the way out, especially after Mind Freak gets a kill in Heaven. Another beautifully executed retake here from EG.
I want to watch this again. Again, that's the start.
That's
nice. This was the kind of almost off-kilter pickup. Yeah, fair enough. I guess Ethan just dives in. It's scrappy from EG, but again, they have changed this comp back to this look, right? It's not what they were running this event, so you can't expect consistency. But PaperX being challenged, Operator is on deck. Something bringing out the big green, looking to find his first victory.
Tidak main rank mereka ini pagi berarti, mereka tidak panas.
Pressure to begin with, they're not going to stop on this A pressure.
Pagi-pagi soal telepon ya, datang jam 10, badan dan.
Expecting an operator, so EG to remain very diligent here.
Jorgomo's already crossed though. Not been hindered. Forsaken seems so aware of the possibility, but he's got to be really careful. That is a judge on the other side. Oh my god! Breaks his wrist to find Jorgomo with, it looked like ease. Down 14, yes. But now this is the operator. Oh wow.
Just came off the angle, Lauren. Well, confirmation there now. Common Boostio should play this a little safer. As I say that, it's starting to explore towards B main. This could be crucial early information.
But look how little of the site EG have to play with. PaperX do have, you know, the green light to go. The flash, fantastic, put into motion as something's going to claim that. Demon 1 now, outdone. Something coming around here, making up for that little bit of a miss earlier on.
30 seconds left.
Does wonders once he got to the site, and the other two players reach just one of these weapons.
Langsung call save itu, Vipernya sembunyi.
Try and hold on to things. Jorgomo, Ethan, and Demon 1 struggling financially. This round opened up. I mean, the snap from Forsaken is ridiculous. It's a judge on the other side of things, by the way. And he got a shot. Somehow only leaving Forsaken at 14 HP.
Kalau mereka tidak mati ini round satu orang, enak pergi ke round berikutnya. Soalnya mereka miskin kalau mereka mati.
Iya, uang itu.
But like I said, it's crucial here that something's operating. It's kind of figured out at the right time. Like I said,
something jangan kau coba-coba. Hilang lagi OP kocak.
I mean, you see what the byproduct is. Common Lucio actually go exploring on B main. They're trying to force somebody to peek into mid.
Yeah.
Create an opportunity elsewhere on the map just by showing a little bit of presence. Obviously, it's difficult then if it's not Ethan on the other side of the map to really send out any utility to garner some information or even set something in motion with a flash.
Itu 2 kali.
Play to maybe get Jorgomo up on that ult here. Let's keep that in the back of your mind. But again, they did get that operator back. You're starting to see the money not fully stabilized, but in a far better spot for PaperX than it is EG. So they should start carving away at this. And you can see maybe they're aware of the intent here. PaperX waiting this out, not falling foul to any of it. The flash is going to catch and should give away the game. Jorgomo is still alive.
What?
That's classic! That's a classic, and he's found 2. That's obscene. But now it's down to Ethan and Demon 1. Sheriff and a classic and a flash to play in, and that's about it. Demon 1 gonna be jumped off. From Demon 1. This is finally put to bed.
Fucked up.
But that was far too dangerous.
Team.
Classic. How
did Jorgomo get 2?
Jorgomo 2 with a classic. Demon 1 shoots the Sheriff out of his backside, apparently, to catch something in midair.
What the fuck, miss?
Mine don't do that. What is this, though? Whoa. What?
But it's still around for PaperX. All of these, I feel, are going to be like this, right? Such violent delights when we watch, but PaperX now chipping away.
Takut juga orang
A
itu.
little bit of space on the board here. 6 rounds to their favor to the 4 of EG. They're starting to stabilize the game, but I feel it's going to be this high-octane form all the way through. Better be careful.
Well, just on that point, though, you're saying you're expecting this, but for PaperX, this is sustainable, right? For EG, is it? That's the question. Can they really commit to this sort of play style? Because this is playing into a PaperX style series.
Yes, it certainly is.
Apakah PaperX akhirnya panas?
So fight going to go through. A little bit of a scrap over towards A, but it's kept 4 players here. You've got Forsaken commanding the attention of 4, and this now all falls to Boostio. He's calling for support, he's calling for help. Can he slow down the roll? He's trying to. All that utility he's investing is just trying to buy seconds. Rotations in, they're backing away.
No way.
Forsaken
itu sekali.
Forsaken get here, 36 HP.
No.
Does he slip back on the He's spotted.
But the flash,
Kelihatan.
he's turned it, but he's still giving away. What a shot from Forsaken! Creating all of this room, and they are running 30 seconds.
Forsaken bilang
here with a
kau.
showstopper. Forsaken, yes, has the sight, but look at the space that Jorgomo's taking.
Terlalu ngeri memang.
He's ready to just satchel here.
Here he comes. It's all about timing. Boostio's taking away something. They're on the site.
Dia tidak punya info kalau seberapa orang masuk.
But he does take down Mind Freak. Great trade from Divide. Now maybe they can plant. This has been
Jing yang
once
mereka
again
kasih
a
spy.
mental round. But a
Baru Jing
3v2.
belum mau plan
Demon
sampai ada 1 kill.
Making his way over, but Demon 1 hasn't left him with the timing. The double swing is divine, and that is perfection from PaperX.
A And this is the sort of thing when I talk about sustainability. Can EG constantly come up with this, the troubleshooting on the fly, problem solving? It doesn't even really fall to Busio. It falls to these individuals on EG to make the right decisions. Perfect example, Jorgamo there with a showstopper. Again, what do you choose?
There is no clear choice, a bit of a Sophie's choice if anything, but now we're looking at the Seekers being there for Forsaken, that could be right off the
ini fast push ini kalau begini.
Looks like they want to go head first into this. EG, are you going to try and stand and fight this deal one? Going to be forced off. Trying to spam away those Seekers, but do they springboard quickly? Spam going to connect, and that's a problem for Demon One. Falls away on 42.
Something.
Hampir. That pain shell could become pivotal.
We're nearly catching with a spam as well. No harm, no foul just yet. Paperx get themselves ramp control. EG still in control of the site itself. Again, device set up to try and catch an overpeak elsewhere, something alongside him in mid. Paperx have been given access to vents actually, so a very easy opportunity here to regroup.
Vent free.
For someone to play into this. The pivot's happening.
Dia punya race main di tengah.
Going back towards
harus siap-siap reaksi sama yang mana di hit.
It's going to connect with the comp. Tries to slow it down himself. Falls away towards the site, allows Busio to get the play, but it's Forsaken. Breaks in like a thief in the night. Paperx so clean on these site takes. Plant's going to come through in EG. The last three were a mile away. Yes.
Gila, nonton di YouTube saya 120.000. Gimana yang dia?
Snakebite to slow things down here. Jinx
di
still.
Twitch. Belum di watch partinya Tahari.
Kill away for the showstopper here, but the flash is perfect. Jorgamo finds it, but he's shut down by Forsaken.
Mind freaks timing.
Kemudian tarik punya berapa?
188.
8 rounds.
Gila, itu udah berapa ratus ribu itu. Belum yang dari Cina, yang Valorant Jepang, Valorant India.
Bili-bili.
Paperx found in the latter half. The opening here on Split. I said there was resistance shown here by EG, showing that they're happy to go toe-to-toe. But like I said, once Paperx get a feel for it, a read on the game, how these rounds are playing out.
Elisa ini selalu disorot terus dia.
That's where you expect them
Dia
to
itu yang di Deserto itu kah?
Dia itu Descore Esport ya, hostnya Descore Esport itu.
Oh yeah,
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
What a start it is already to this grand finals. Paperx, they're leading at the half. But let's take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment here from Demon One. Mimi, we knew this matchup is going to be high-speed, and we got a treat to kick us off.
Yeah, we did. I think that EG switching over to the double duelist comp was a good idea. It's a lot more comfortable for them. And they showed this early on with some of these flood retakes. This round was entirely Jojimo and Demon One working together to win things out on the retake. We saw how strong these two players were, but it really was just these heroic moments that were winning rounds for EG.
Yeah, and this brought them at 3 rounds, Mimi, out of their 4. It was 3-3. The only other round they got was that Viper's Pit round, where I think they got a little bit fortunate to win that 2-on-2, Seth.
Yeah, Mike, trying to get around the pillar, but the timing comes in. Demon One manages to nail the shots and takes him out. I mean, this is a fantastic display here. I think the real high-speed moment is just the build time on Jogamo's showstoppers, because the Kai hit these so rapidly, 2 within the first 6 rounds. This was an incredible one for them, but it started getting away from them. Last time they played against each other, they did play Fracture. Last time they played against each other on Split, it was an 8-4 half for the side of EG on the defending half. They started off really strongly. This time, not so much.
Yeah, and I think it's especially impressive because I don't feel like the Star Duelist players for Paperx have had nearly as impressive a start to this game. They tend to take a little bit of time to warm up, especially for something. And while there were great moments in that half, I was more impressed with the consistency with the Paperx site hit finding success, and as well as that, in these late rounds, the clutches that continue to be excellent from Mindfreak.
Well, Paperx, they have the momentum here, but let's see what things are going to unfold as we switch halves. Back to you, Pansy and Hypok.
Thank you, and yeah, at 4-8, this is a fantastic start for Paperx. They've done what is required. They've got that first real half under the belt. You can see the succession of rounds.
Kalau Paperx menang ini pistol, gampang sekali mereka menang ini map. Karena Paperx itu kuat sekali momentumnya di pistol. Mereka kalau menang pistol, mereka langsung rush di round berikutnya.
How proactive they like to get on the defense as well.
Baru lihat Paperx kalau jaga side di depan muka memang, depan matamu. Ini ngerinya lawan orang kayak begini nih.
But this is just a post demon one up here. They're actually going to regroup as four into mid.
mereka.
Just put something on the chopping block and that right step out. He's got him dead. Big start for EG there. No chance of a trade.
Kena tembak dari 3 orang tuh. 2.
Did spot multiple though. Problem being, Apex still holding on to utility here for a contact play in B main.
Jeez.
Well, the timing is absolutely devastating.
That's heartbreak. Oh my god, EG. You couldn't ask for a better beginning. Forsaken could maybe do some damage though. Good flash and he tries to look his next step towards the other side of Pillar. Catch someone on the push-up and he's trying to do damage, but it's just not landing. EG swarm the site. They should have enough for a plant here. Divine looking to maybe get a little ahead of that. No. Does he want the smoke? Yes, he does. And it doesn't matter. EG with a pistol under the belt here. To get themselves a chance to close that scoreline up.
So a couple of heartbreaking moments, split seconds, deciding this. The overstep here from something dash bombed, obviously no chance to retreat from that, but and then Mindfreak just slipping into Astral form at the worst possible time. EG pounce on the opportunity, a pistol round on the board here.
I've got to say as well, just a side note, almost sidebar, Jorgano is having
He's nearly on 20 kills.
He's having a game. Looking like Jing wants to get himself working towards that showstopper nice and early. And a pace change for EG after a very slow, meticulous start to the pistol.
Rafael sudah bilang udah tembakan dulu anjingnya itu.
Test or at least posture towards middle at the very beginning, taking over towards the top side of things. To
Aduh.
Anjing.
This guy is literally.
I
don't know what this man is made of.
It's just ridiculous to watch him in certain situations. Sure, anti-eco, I don't care.
Who cares?
It's so clean.
This was the map that gave him the title of the new King of Hell, and you might be seeing it again. The guy's aim is off the charts. Come, gonna find something. A Mindfreak. Well, he's in spawn, so that's quite a ways away. Looking to potentially get the plant. Yeah, going to be building up the showstopper again with the plant coming through here. Just still being careful in case there was someone waiting behind those screens. But Com, all too aware. You don't get to flank the flanker.
Flawless.
Com's going to find him. Prime Gaming flawless. Moving forward and Demon 1 warming up.
Just filthy.
Sekali. Ini orang memang jago ini orang ini.
Kid's a real talent.
Sayang bad attitude.
Yeah, same.
Makanya ada main-main tiba-tiba mulai taunting. Jadi jelas.
Evil Geniuses with a good opportunity
Apa
here in the
pentingnya
bonus
di ini
as well.
game?
It's well fleshed out.
Compared to the first.
Pokoknya yang ada tembak badan gitu kan, mati dia spam peluru di badannya orang mati.
Up towards Ramp, he does have Ethan not too far away, but look at the spike and look at the player on the other side. There's going to be something. Jordan could split mid here. They aren't actively playing towards Vents. It's on something's shoulders, and he shoulders it so well. Perfection. Couldn't quite outdo Demon 1 in the upgrade. I don't know if it is in his hand. There's the control from him right back at you. But the problem is they are still a player down. It's a 2v3. It's not easy.
And Ethan couldn't really find any space on the other side of things either.
Teriak Demon, weh, heal dulu.
Forsaken on A site.
Siapkan itu heal.
Across this way for the heal regardless. To try and make something.
Forsaken yang anchor, tidak bisa ya kalian ya adik-adik.
Charge on Demon 1. One kill, we'll have the Blade Storm here, but perfect time.
Bagus sekali dia punya flash.
Oh yeah, that's real.
Anjing.
Demon 1's got knives.
60.
And 3 kills.
And 3 kills.
The chance for the ace here around 15, Lauren.
35 seconds, are you kidding me on this one?
He's been heating up to this the last 60 seconds or so.
Feels like fate, but again, it's Divai, it's Jing, come on. Surely not.
Tidak bisa ya, tidak bisa.
25 seconds, he's not being entertained. He's not being given these fights. He's going to have to fight for them.
No way in hell.
Jing, looking like the timing's right. Yes, it is. Safe pair of hands. VaporX weather the storm here. And leave Demon 1 out to sea. 6-9. VaporX picking back
Kayaknya
up
kita ini bukan tidak jago, kita punya kursi saja yang tidak secret lab.
Kursi tidak secret lab, monitor tidak apa itu mereka pakai itu.
Anu ini kayaknya apa? BenQ 360 Hz mungkin.
Wih, 360 Hz itu mulus sekali berarti mainnya.
Mungkin dia punya FPS 1000 mungkin.
Iya, bisa jadi ya.
The pop once again towards ramps.
Well, be careful, you can see a little bit of a trap sent there. Demon 1
Kalau dia punya prosesor
but no.
Intel
Paper X keep themselves safe.
i13
Play a little bit deeper towards heaven. They allow the access to the
berapa?
site. When do they fight back?
i9 Gen
Before
13.
they're able to swing towards ramp, so it's going to be common, maybe Boostio
Itu
to
mungkin
deal with the pressure.
sampai.
Unless they can
Oh, tidak, tapi kalau Valorant ini
no
kan
one is
dia
checking. Does Forsaken just go? Does he take the green light? They might
build
know
untuk
Jing, but maybe
prosesor
not.
toh. Cuma lebih ke AMD dia
The
punya.
net! And it's going to be devastating. Already taken away.
Aduh, lihat belakang please.
The timing on the crested corner gets him up to 8 with 2 in this round. And now the 3, something divine, Mind Freak, where are they? 2 towards heaven, 1 towards ZT, and a messy engagement gives Boostio the 3rd. Now it's Mind Freak, now it's something, and Boosty wanted the ace, he ain't gonna get it, but there's the denial of Mind Freak as something, it might be time to back away.
Back away.
It's another round that's just decided by a split second.
The timing on that one.
Yeah, Forsaken's holding backside towards spawn. I think initially because nobody's shouldering the angle from either side. The kill comes through onto the site and they think that they've got a little bit of room to play with.
Yeah.
Problem being, there's no second layer coming from screens or from heaven at the same time to follow through on that initial kill onto site.
And I'm a little bit nervous to say it, but I'll start nonetheless. Okay. I'm a little worried at how many of these rounds are a little bit individual from EG. We just had that round, yes, timing, but Boostio's there.
I come back to the same thing. This isn't where we think about Evil Geniuses in terms of sustainability, in terms of consistency. It's not. This is playing to the strength of Paper X, even though here we're looking at a 9-7 scoreline.
Respectable.
This is what they love to do.
Oh, they'll do this all day long. There's no stopping them on it. But can they get chaotic in a round like
Wait.
this when the buy is far from perfect? Ethan already going to take away Forsaken from the equation and open up the map. Now it looks like the extremities are going to be Paper X's focus, right? Start trying to take a little look towards A. Didn't find anything initially, but B main, they're getting a little bit more invested. Something wants to work towards the ult. 1 off now. And Heaven, the exchange.
One catch. Jing actually trying to get ahead of the curve here. Might even catch one. Yes, he does. Jorgamo gets off a little bit of damage.
Massive.
Yeah,
And they're going to read into this.
Yeah.
This seems very indicative of that A hit
Sky
coming through.
sudah
So you calls to be
tidur.
made. Devi has to try and do
Kan
something.
gigi mati ini? Oh tidak.
I mean, they're trying to make it work
Lucu sih
on
kalau kena
very
gigi
little
gitu.
in this regard. Jing going to back away. But it's stalled out EG.
1 kill from the showstopper though, if Jing finds another. Already set up here, but
There
we
it
go.
is.
That's a showstopper in the back pocket here.
Tahan dulu bro,
Reset on the
tahan
paint
dulu.
shells. Right, EG is scrambling
Ayo,
to try and
bro.
find a
Lari.
rotation. Mindful is
Rotate
positioned
langsung
towards
anjing.
Evan.
Ayo,
Down
top
to
tier
10
tahan,
HP,
top
has
G.
something
Clean 3
close
kill.
proximity here already. Paper X, they're rotating ahead of this, Lauren.
Yeah, they're matching them step by step. You're not going to get an easy fight. Mind Freak, how does he play this? 10 HP. He's got to be... Yeah, he doesn't have the chance of it. Seeker's now going to pop on through. It's going to reveal their own presence towards Heaven. Demon 1 turns around, takes him down. Something's
Kenapa begitu?
Oh my God! Above and beyond! But the spike, they need to get towards the side. It's on Demon 1 to do it. He's going to get the plant down and now Devi. It's only a stinger. This is so much to ask of one man. Is there an upgrade around? I'll be able to find it on the corpse of a fallen foe. But waiting towards that drop, there's already a player.
So 5 bullets in it. Has to reload.
And Demon 1's now called to attention.
Yeah, comms definitely relayed this
come in
information. You
contact.
can see the pings coming through. Devi now at a crossroads, a dilemma how to approach.
He's got to give it a go. And it's Com. Gonna find Devi. And EG scrapping their way through that round. Mike, again, that was a little on the back of Demon 1. Those back and forth rotations, they were getting ground down.
But Demon 1, but just the presence of mind here as well when the clock's running this low, he dips into this cloudburst to find the first, something falls.
Dia punya
Hits the updraft to avoid the showstopper from Jing.
Iya,
I
ditarik dia mau
mean, these
jauh.
rounds are just ridiculous. I have to imagine Potter is absolutely tearing her hair out right now. Because all the structure, all the discipline that you brought to this team now, you have to throw the rulebook out the window.
I feel like they almost started on that though. This map may not be a gimme, but it's going to be one of those where you've got to know this was going to come out, right? You knew the Vita was going to look like this. That last composition, the chamber wasn't looking good, it wasn't working. The Astro with Demon 1 didn't look as comfortable. So they've gone for a risk, right? High risk and potentially a high reward. Rolling it back, I don't know how much time they've had playing this comp as of late. So again, you look to it and you think, okay, you roll the dice. And for now, your big hitters, well, they're hitting. Jorgamo and Demon 1. Now on the other side of things, this hasn't been the perfect start to the second half here. The scoreline nearly closed up at 8-9. Only one round so far for Paper X, but they're back on the buy. They have some big ults to play with. One off the divide. They're very close here to it could be a very deadly round.
Ini kalau kalah lagi Alex take pause
Once
pasti.
again stacked up, maybe in the same sort of position to get Demon 1.
Wih, tipis sekali,
Posted
coy.
here in B main. See a very quick adjustment at the back of it. Mindfreak will take the tag. Kept honest here in the open. But Paper X on red alert towards mid here, because, like I said, previously EG did this to post up Demon 1, then re-aggress elsewhere. I say he was kept honest with the first jump peak.
Lihat, mulai
He's put in his grave on the second.
This creature has escaped hell to wreak havoc on this server. This is mental. I ain't seen that mid-round. End of round, sure, this guy is ensuring death wherever he goes, but still it's only the first pick. Mindfreak gone, and that has to cause a reaction from Paper X. They have to be dealing with the fact that B is pretty much open. But for now, they prioritize middle. They're looking for Ethan, who walks away barely breathing on 6 HP. But the pace changed towards B. They want in, and Jorgamo gonna lead the way. Comms claimed Forsaken on the other side of the map. They're winning out everywhere. The big swing factor may be Divide here, but look who's waiting. Demon goes down. Ethan on the trade.
Aduh, anjing enak mid
Everything.
speed.
Denied the initial plant. Can they find any more ways to cause problems? Something wants to. The spray, the shot in the dark, but it's Busio to find Jin, and it's all on something. In a 1v4, this is brutal. Ethan to the left, 3 to the right. He's got the first. Looks towards heaven. Tries to snap back around. 7 HP ain't enough.
Oh, nice.
EG tying this up at 9 apiece.
Langsung take pause pasti.
Wild. Some of these rounds to watch back.
Time out.
This is just so clean to find this headshot. I think the desk is going to be working overtime today. We're taking a beating some of these rounds because some of them are they're very frustrating for somebody to sit back and watch in terms of the intention. I guess that both team
Ya mereka timeout masih ada dua.
and then the outcome.
At least kasih patah momentum saja.
Late.
Well, something wants to try and be the difference maker to this. Wants to isolate Calm, and he has. Clean and decisive start. Half the map's won out by Paper X, and they're winning up towards middle. Couldn't quite outdo Demon 1. That was only a stinger, but fantastic work considering what they brought into this round.
Another Divide reset there with the stinger. Busio walking back into the Blade Storm. Something. Caught sleeping, maybe a mini-map moment there.
Could be.
But as 3 EG is progressed towards A site.
It's waving the flag, right? Paper X have to respond. They have to draw bodies over this. Yes, they can leave one. I think that's just Mindfreak on towards B, but again, look at the weaponry. It's Forsaken who's the big player in this. Yes, the paint shell could be pivotal. Yes, all of the blast packs could do well, and they have. Forsaken makes the most of it. Busio on the trade, but still.
Jinx Stinger.
It's a 2v2, and Jinx got himself on the site. And caution being shown by EG. They're aware. They're so aware, and he's down on 4. Hemorrhaging 1. He's been deleted by Demon 1, and now Mindfreak. Possibility, yes, in the HP, but the timing's everything.
He's got to find this first kill. Busio.
Busio mati.
It's not worked.
He's so low though.
What?
Oh, he's gone away.
What?
10 HP. 28 in
Bisa lah,
total
bisa,
for
bisa,
EG.
bisa.
This is doable.
Ya.
Couldn't quite connect on either of that. How does he close the gap now? Busio
Elbow.
gone down. He was expecting the swing. Demon 1. Oh, the temptation. 5 HP on one side. 18 on the other. 4 bullets. Demon 1 breaks their hearts again.
Double digits lead taken.
He'll take the fight. He doesn't care. Take the warnings.
Are putting on an absolute show in the second half. Just one round for Paper X. And it's round 3 when they come in at such a huge disadvantage.
Kenapa dorang habis bangun lihat ke bawah?
And I'll change up a little bit. Concerning in terms of sustainability.
Bestyle
EG
sedikit.
are going to be brimming with confidence at winning
Tidak ada
some of
lagi
these
time
round
out.
four.
Kemana time
This
out
was never meant to be the map they started out.
Oh my god.
Demon 1! Absolutely devastating impact off the rip. That takes away Forsaken.
Tidak
It
bisa
opens up
kayak
all those
jet
possibilities
sebentar
on the
terbang
side here.
ditembak,
Just gonna
setengah
put
mati
the
untuk orang lain.
showstopper in towards heaven
Bisa.
secure.
Cuma kalau orang
The
pakai
second for
Odin
the
kayaknya
plot.
not
It's on
likely
the floor
orang
for Paper to try and bring this
Odin
in. That
kan
operator
senjata lambat
not having a
bereaksi kayak
chance
begitu.
to rattle off even a shot.
Lambat dia punya mulai tembak itu Odin.
Paperx have to get a move on though. Time already passing by. Look how disconnected Busio is here as well. Plenty of utility.
Oh my god. I was expecting it to be calm.
Yeah.
Well, it is Boosty. But you're right, time is of the essence, and Paperx need to get a move on here. Try and face their demons. They've taken the Jorgamo. That's fantastic. Quick flash, can't follow up, and now there's a chance. An opportunity. Crowd's open here for Paperx. Maybe this is the time they can break through. Maybe not. Demon 1 is out of this world. As Divide, the time is gone. He knows it. He can't change the outcome anymore. EG up to 11.
What a stark contrast as well to how this map started. Jorgamo, we talked about him being on the brink of 20 kills. I think at that time, Demon 1 was on 6.
Something like that.
He's on 25 now. I mean, he just doesn't miss.
This was such a good opportunity for Paperx. I felt like once they crested Pillar, once they got close, once the knives were used up, that was a huge chance for them. Timeout is hit.
Akhirnya dia time out.
Paperx need to come up with a plan. Alex is worried. This was never meant to be the start of this. In a best of 5, the team coming in from the lowest rarely wins like this. 2 out of the 5 times we've seen this scenario, that's all that you could imagine could be done, right? 2 times out of the 5 we've seen lower bracket teams be able to convert those wins because the veto is so heavily favored normally towards a team from the upper side. Paperx came in with a targeted first map, and it might be slipping through their fingers.
I mean, it's a real concern, actually, because I know Sean was saying what he'd love to see in terms of the best of 5, but I feel like this is a little front-loaded for EG. The win conditions for me lie with Paperx at the start of this veto.
I agree.
Pearl, for me, is a bit of a 50-50, depending on a comp change, sure, but Paperx have looked flawless with the Phoenix there.
Absolutely.
So for this to, I guess, trend the way you'd expect it to, this starts with a Paperx win on split. EG already defying that.
11-9. A desperate time out there for Paperx. Hopefully a plan has been made to handle EG and, well, specifically this one, Demon 1.
Mati lagi
And a
dia.
chance, and he's been dealt with. Perfect beginnings for something. Isolate and conquer. Give them the man advantage for the first time in what feels like a while.
What doesn't cast, but Busio already way ahead of this.
Nah, what the fuck, kenapa begitu?
Holy shit.
Shot on the fadeaway. Bring it to a 4v4 now.
Even though the Seekers, yes, went towards B, you can see how quickly those rotations are coming in. Jing is already towards CT side. Forsaken is on the side, but it's a Bulldog, and it's a Judge. Far from perfect. Oh, and Busio just slides right between them. A follow-up, no.
Okay.
Jing trying to hold on. A 2v3 in the sight is EG's. One should be coming in, and I don't think they can close the gap.
My paint shell's really high, but Jing could have sat
He's
her in.
off! He's got off!
Aduh.
In a blink of an eye, he's dead and gone, and EG are on 12.
NT.
Map point
EG. Error terus.
Time out jelas.
Not in this map.
Kenapa tidak membuat time out
reeks of the loud performance on split as well from Paperx. Really struggling to find a solid grasp.
Ada lagi yang tendang kabel.
Time and time again. Now, unfortunately, have the second line of pressure, which is a deficit here.
Kalau di map mereka peak, terus nanti menang di map
yang mereka yang musuh peak.
Heating up.
Iya.
Truly a deadly duo between the both of them. Looking at Viper's Pit going through a middle. I'm going to try and isolate some of these fights on the extremities. 3 players put to task.
Kayaknya Paperx ini kena anu deh, kena
rest of EG.
Karena punishment satu time out kah? Tapi tidak mungkin.
Tested something. So the crosshair placement will look way off there. Lucky to only get away with.
Tidak tahu, tapi barusan time out itu kelihatan time outnya baru pakai satu. Sudah dua begitu maksudnya.
Oh, apa ada tadi mereka pakai?
That's a big indicator actually that Com's given up this control.
Mungkin di first half.
Exactly, yeah, because something's in such a deep position now. He can get very early information.
Mereka tidak suka main di B. Kecuali mereka rotasi dari heaven.
Divide. They're going to try and get ahead of this, try and help him out, because look at the pressure coming his way. Paint Shot going to go down, Demon 1 closing in, and now the chaos begins. Divide's fallen. Jing!
Okay.
Out of nowhere fights to a third would be everything for them. How much can he do? Not quite enough. The trades are coming down, and it's all on Com. A 1v2.
Anjing, cepat sekali saya tidak bisa ikut.
In hand. Something is trailing him. 13 seconds.
Aduh, mereka tapi jauh-jauh sekali nih. Jet terlalu jauh. Oh,
nice.
Oh, ini.
For PaperX, making double digits opens up the slightest of opportunities.
Gila.
Chance here, but it definitely doesn't help finances with it being as scrappy
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just one.
6 round berturut-turut.
I mean, that's yeah, I mean, I wanted to see that back, just how Jing caught the timing there through the divide.
Jing punya ulti clutch. Membantu.
EG. Slight pump of the brakes for Potter. Grinning right now with this performance. In the second half here on attack, it has looked nothing short of phenomenal here from Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
Time out.
Time to check in. That was a 6-round streak from EG.
I mean, timeouts to take a breather, really.
Why not?
Yeah.
Spetta momentum.
Get in. At worst, you go OT. Now that could change things. PaperX, when they needed a miracle, I mean, Jing was right there. They got the divide. Got Seekers.
Get that down, man.
Firmly in control here. It's PaperX we're looking towards in terms of making some sort of adjustment. Going to be tough here with Divide down on the Judge, Forsaken on a Bulldog. Ultimates, yes, 2 away from the Blade Storm. But a must win to keep their hopes of opening up this best of 5 with a map win.
It looks like middle is once again a priority position for EG.
Yep.
Looking at who's patrolling it. Divide, Judge is there. Jing, very nearby as well. Com, once again spotted, to be challenged by not just one, there's 2 to this. Double check there's no one further behind, so this is actually unleashing something to go walkabout if he wants to. Well, all of this test happens in middle. Look at something. Look at, wait, there's no way that Boostio just had a little look back.
He's looking, he's watching.
He absolutely is!
He's killed something in spawn.
He's read him like a book, that deep flash, maybe just a little read on what they wanted.
And this is, I don't feel like addressing Com is the issue here for PaperX.
Wait,
Demon 1 found another one, Jing's fallen. It's a 5v3, Lauren.
This feels like it's just slipping between their fingertips on map 1 here. 2 men up, 2 good. The 3 standing, a Bulldog for 1, the Judge for the other, and yes, rifle on Mind Freak. It looks like EG are congregating over towards A. This plays in Forsaken, and hopefully Divide.
Seekers invested, it doesn't really tell them anything.
30 seconds They're running low on time though, Mike.
Have to make a move. Flash will catch you.
You got to be calling for Mind Freak to hit that rotation, hit the panic button, get over here. There's 5 players coming our way, and Divide has fallen. Forsaken now. It's all on him to try and stop the rot, stop EG. He's desperately trying, but it may not be enough. As Mind Freak now in a 1v4. Map 1 on the line. And EG turning up on a map that none of us expected to see this level of performance on. Mind Freak has a minefield to walk through. You got the pit, and you got 4 players. Divide or not, he's got to go. He takes down Carl, but the trade for Jorgamo is there. EG, map 1.
And a statement made by Evil Geniuses, Lauren. A confident opener to this series.
They looked absolutely lethal, Mike. I'm looking towards Demon One, I'm looking at Jorgamo. I mean, they've had a belting series. You do not want to miss the rest of this.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With Aim Labs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With Aim Labs' new one-to-one Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly modify existing tasks with Discovery. Get started today by downloading Aim Labs for free and join millions of other satisfied players.
Berapa lama lagi?
Paling istirahatnya berapa? 10 menit kan?
5 menitan saja harusnya.
Iya.
Cepat kok.
Ya, paling cuma kayak replay game tadi, cerita sedikit.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yoi.
Dari HP aja.
Oke.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Ah.
Oh, 3 menit lah. Toilet dulu.
Yoi.
Thank you so much, guys. Of course, here now joined by Coach Potter. Big win on Split. It was obviously PaperX's pick, but you guys came out all guns swinging there. How are you keeping the team's energy levels up, especially considering that you guys have been through the mud? You have gone through the trenches with so many of these squads. How are you keeping the team motivated into this? Because it feels like they're coming in with a different fire in them.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty simple, GP. For map 1, carrot on a stick, I changed the comp this morning. Everyone was very excited to go back to the double dive. I think it's just comfort agents for us, and yeah, it's just perfect that map 1 was it. I think it perfectly set the pace for us moving on into this all 5 maps.
Now, we won't get an opportunity to talk to you again. I just want to know real fast, you feeling comfortable about the map pick as they're laid out right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Ascent's coming up number 2. That's our bread and butter, baby.
Right.
2-0.
Hey, and I love bread and butter. All right, back to you guys.
What a fantastic start from EG, and what a great answer there from Potter. I'm Yingsu, I'm joined here by Mimi, Seth, and Sean. Who would have thought that decision she made this morning to change the comp would turn out like this, Mimi?
I mean, her, probably.
Yeah.
It's such a good choice to make. I was never really huge on the chamber comp they were running. It really struggled yesterday versus Loud. And again, as we've talked about before, there's no way they didn't know exactly what the map pool was going to be today. It was a great change to make, and I think the comfortability that this team has on the double dive is what got them the map today. So much of their victory was about insane individual performances from guys like Demon 1.
Yeah, maybe this guy too, getting off Asher, you know, going on Jet, 6-1 in First Bloods. Look, his damage run was like over 280. He was insane, plus 13 on the attack half. This guy was on fire. He's a rookie this year. That was the opening map of the Grand Finals. Look at this.
I mean, it's just a disgusting performance from both he and Jogomo, because Jogomo was kind of the one who got that ball rolling initially in those first couple rounds, and then Demon 1 just came in and just took the spotlight. Jogomo just right there behind him steadily the entire way through. That was basically how I looked watching the games. Just look at disgust with the things that they were able to do in this one. And I mean, I really do like this pivot for the side of EG. Clearly, they want more firepower on this map, and the chamber just doesn't deliver enough. Having that Jet raise as a 1-2 punch here on Split, that gets it done.
In the upper final, I came into it with the mentality that, like, okay, EG needs to outgame PaperX. They need to come up with some crazy idea how to counter them. They're not going to be able to win in the department of firepower. But in this matchup, they really proved me wrong. These guys have such insane individual abilities. They're out there and they're diffing PaperX, who I think it's pretty uncontested that they're probably the team with the highest concentration of just insane mechanical players that we have in VCT.
Yeah, and we saw those individual mechanics come through for PaperX. They won several rounds with outstanding openings and just entrances into the site. That's why this resilience from EG was so impressive. The fact that they came back from that 8-4 half to put together an attack half like that and close out the map, beautiful.
I think they only dropped 2 rounds.
Yeah, it was so one-sided there. They dropped only just the 2 rounds to get the 10. It's a 13-10 scoreline, but this time inverted from the last time they played Split back at Tokyo in that 5-map set. EG clearly doing their research, knowing how PaperX likes to play, but PaperX also slipping up a bit in certain moments here. We saw them making some micro mistakes that they normally don't do.
Yeah, you guys mentioned him already, but let's take a look at Demon 1 here in the AIM Lab shoot-around. Not that he needs to warm up. No. I feel like this man is just hot as soon as he gets on stage. But the fact that he's able to pull off a performance like this at the Grand Finals with no pressure is very impressive.
At this point, he doesn't need to warm up. He just needs to vibe on the stage. So he doesn't even care about the warm-up, just picking the silliest crosshair he can. But like you were saying, Sean, this guy, rookie year, he's out there putting up numbers. I don't feel like ever since he came into Champions here, I've seen a game where it looked like the pressure was getting to him. He's just so comfortable. He said the other day that while he was grinding out in Tier 2, Tier 3, he always knew he had the mechanics good enough to make it to this point. He just needed an opportunity.
I'm more impressed beyond the mechanics, just his individual decisions throughout these rounds. He can pick the jump spotter on B and there's no overheat in sight. He knows to play the round correctly. He can get the kill in B, goes back, the showstopper's popped by Jing, he immediately updrafts to dodge it. All of his little micro choices are spot on.
Yeah, and also we got to talk about the fact that EG, they won both pistols on Split, Seth, which, as you know in this game, if you're winning both pistols, Crystal's
Sudah mulai
chance
kah?
to be winning
Belum.
that map is
Mau
pretty
boleh.
I'm tilting out of my mind when it comes down to these pistol rounds because Paper X, their pistol win rate at this tournament has been absolutely abysmal. 42%, only 11 out of the 26 that they have played. And this is costing them so dearly, not only in this map loss and the ones that they had in the past, but sometimes in their wins as well, because they get themselves into such rougher positions than they need to be in if they could just manage to clinch these.
Yeah, and it did look like EG had a really good solution for a lot of the pistol round structure and waiting for pushes, absorbing those pushes from Paper X. That's why I think going into the rest of the map pool, even though Paper X started here, I think their innovation across the other maps is where I'm mostly impressed.
I think this is the most vanilla map that we're going to see from Paper X. We're now going into Ascent, which is my favorite map to watch Paper X on. This is where they're playing Viper, Harbor, Reyna, Sky. On Ascent, again, the map where everybody else plays literally the same comp in every game, and it's so well constructed. This is the map where I have a lot of faith in something to come back and look like the superstar we know he is when he's playing on this Reyna.
We're about to see in the prime
Mereka
gaming
kemarin lawan
select if
EG
we're gonna
kalah
get
tidak
that
Descent.
Reyna or not, but Potter, she's very confident. She even said
Kalah ya?
2-0,
Kalah kan?
baby. Do you guys
Paper
feel
X
the same way here?
di
It's
Ascent
gonna
kalah
be
kan?
bad news for Paper X?
Di
Kind of
upper bracket mereka kalah kan di Ascent lawan
I know
EG.
EG looks like the best Ascent team in this tournament. But what I
setrinya
see
deh. Kalah.
Kalah kan iya. Menang di Bind sama di Pearl.
The Cove lure entrances by the A site, by the B site.
Aduh, Paper X coba menang pistol, coba. Mereka kalau menang pistol tadi itu di second half enak sekali.
Oh, Paper X changing the comp. Device on the KO now.
What?
Mana anunya?
What does this change? No Sentinel comp now.
It's just a little bit less info coming the way of Paper X, but the KO can do a lot with the knife to get cross-map info.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be getting those refreshable flashes coming through here, but this still can work in the same way that they have been piloting it. It's just a little bit different, a little bit more delayed. You can't really, obviously fly those guiding lights through and get them exactly where you want to, but Devi can still be chucking these through those harbor walls, off the back of the Lear, get that double flash out, and then go for the side exact.
I think the KO knife is really useful for cross-map info on Ascent. That's why you see pretty much everyone run it. Versus the Sky as well. You can still get those Reyna Lear flash combos out of the Cove you're talking about, but it might be a little bit harder. We'll have to see if Paper X's new comp is what it takes to be the first team this tournament to beat Evil Geniuses on Ascent.
EG, they are ahead now, but Paper X, they have a chance here to bring it back and tie things up. Let's send it over to your casters once again to take us into game. Over to you, Pansy and Hypok.
Thank you so much. And yes, map 2 now coming up. Paper X have their work cut out here, Mike. This is a little bit of a different look as well from what we maybe expected.
Absolutely, a slight adjustment here. That's obviously, well, we can only really speculate as to the application here of the KO, but one of the things that worked best was the Trailblazer. To set something in motion. Again, the layering of the flashes, sure, but the one thing that really put something in a position to excel on the Reyna was the Trailblazer from Devi. So that's the initial concern at the minute, whether or not Paper X are going to try and slow things down, if something and Jing are just going to try and go ham together, I guess, is the next step on that checklist. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, it starts with this pistol round. Demon 1, he's stuck around. He's got back in. That's a little too far. As Forsaken's going to punish and put him back to the next round. 4v4, but look at the rest of the map. Boostio's taken space away. Paper X actually might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Tom's coming as well.
Boostio's got a fantastic position again, Forsaken. Perfect trade, though.
Trade-nya seimbang.
We'll catch him. Yep.
Aduh,
lucky to get away with his life here. Down to 62 HP.
This has been god tier work from Forsaken. I have to be crystal clear about that. Those trades he got kept them in this. Hold on. Yeah, a little bit of vengeance. Served.
Okay.
Check on the body there, it felt like, from something, leaving it all on Jorgamo in a 1v3. Knife's going to note him.
Oh,
and you can see something waiting. Oh, the crop.
Nice.
What?
Crossfire was in place. It was okay in the end. Something taking the reins in the round, but credit in my mind goes to Forsaken there.
Absolutely. Something. With the cleanup, I mean, there's a chance here for Common Boostio to make a real good go of holding things down in tiles. Team want to open things up. Yeah, so this moment here, I think Com's kind of forced into a very, very tricky spot where he could invest the recon bolt.
Dibalas, cok.
For my ranked games right there.
Mulai.
Lurking in tiles, planting on A, shooting bodies in mid. Love to see it. But something off to a flying start, 3-0.
Huge confidence for him as well.
Gagal dia punya.
coming out from something, get that confidence early, start building into the matchup as it looks like a pace
Chill,
towards B.
chill.
But look at the stack, there's 5 bodies here. Everyone from EG is present on this site. The stack towards the back of House. Paper X trying to fly on in. Lear gets dealt with, but Jinx want to do so much damage on this. Was lovely work here. Oh my god, he's still trying to fire off.
Ini enaknya kalau mereka menang apa? Pistol round. Iya. Agresifnya itu
mantap sekali.
He's got a clean fight on the first, couldn't land it.
Nice.
Controlled by Paper X, they walk into the stack, they come out with 3 alive.
Pijonya ini bagus ini pisau ini.
Themselves off on the right foot here on ascent.
Itu pisau keluar pas kapan?
Awal tahun, lock in di Brazil.
Oh.
And having a look back on this, it could have gone dangerous. You saw it there for
Kamu masih main Apex kamu.
And Divide doing well, keeping control.
Lagi
Paper X going at that sort of pace, you may walk into a stack, but they come out as highlighted with 3. So this bonus round not going to be lacking in too many areas. They do have 2 full-on rifles, 1 Bulldog to boot. That's with Mind Freak. It looks like rinse and repeat. A late slip through there for Demon 1, getting himself on the site, but Paper X not
Harbor ini kayaknya oke juga ya.
Tapi mereka kalau Paper X mereka kalau main Harbor mereka punya attack itu mereka buat 2 fase. Lihat dia punya wall 1 itu untuk setup space sama itu sama flash, baru wall keduanya atau smoke keduanya itu untuk kontrol. Oke, boleh. Odin Nora.
HP is dreary for 2 of the players. Com in
Dan mereka low semua loh.
serious damage here.
Chance with the
Oh,
recon
tidak,
as well.
masih ada Forsaken.
To maybe find a little bit of damage. So he might just commit to trying to hold for exits here. I mean, Jing down to 5 HP, Divide on 39, could find something with a shock dart potentially.
No!
How did Divide not taking it in there?
Tidak kena.
Jing, lovely for Paper X.
Bilang pada cukirin kamu semua ya.
Paper X are, it's another to handle them all together.
Boleh kamu, boleh.
Paranoia from tiles into B main. Not sure if it's just not relayed quickly enough, but
dia punya wall tetap sama kah, Viper? Untuk memancing. Oh tidak, main freak lurker.
Towards the site, sorry.
Wall.
What a dreamy start for Paper X as well.
Bonus on the board.
Making up the wrongs, right?
Oh, progress as well. Forsaken 1 away from the Reckoning. Jing 1 off the showstopper. Already have
Aduh, mau bikin apa bos?
Right off the rip, taken towards the A site, and look, it's down to the Sheriffs. This round was never meant to be too deadly.
Seru memang main Harbor ini. Cuma saya masih bingung pakai KOF-nya untuk agresif. Cuma saya nonton Forsaken kemarin main. Saya mulai mengerti bagaimana cara dia pakai KOF-nya, bukan cuma untuk plan begitu. Dia pakai defending. Dia punya skill 2 yang bisa tembus peluru itu.
Oh, bulat dome itu.
Iya. Dia punya defending itu memang untuk tahan space di situ. Supaya kalau orang tembak, sisa dia keluar smoke, dia swing. Kalau tidak ya dia berdiri saja di situ.
And I get a little bit nervous, but I think Ethan knows he's not going to get given much more play here. Being pressured down by something. He cause them any more troubles, any more woes. Absolutely not. Paper X weathering the storm there. Again, yes, aggressive, yes, got a little bit, I don't even say dangerous with Jing going down, but they instantly shifted gear. That was perfect from them.
Langsung Odin lagi dia, bro. Odin dia, bro.
Full purchase here.
Look at those
Tom with the Odin in hand. Yeah, the ultimate's really starting to swell now for Paper X. EG actually going to call the time. I'm not sure if that did come through a little late.
And it's also very uncharacteristic for EG to be calling timeouts this early. We know that they generally have a plan up to almost round 6. Something that they're notorious for. They come in with very, not scripted pistols, but they have a really robust plan. So an early timeout certainly causing me pause for thought here, Mike. As it stands though, Paper X, I was worried after map 1 they'd take that to heart, but these guys are warriors at this. They've come back with a blistering response.
Itu kalau Korea itu tetap tuh.
Now, curious to see if there is much of a change here. We've seen EG try to address the back line of PaperX a number of times, kind of shadowing some of the executes they've had towards B site in terms of tiles control, taking all of the space in mid, confirming that there's
kursi ini solid sekali ya kelihatannya.
prong to the attack.
Mantap ini. Minimal tambah 3 rank itu kursi itu. Dari Platinum naik ke Diamond, Ascendant, Immortal lah bisa itu.
Bisa lah ya.
Tidak, saya juga tidak suka berpikir yang terlalu tinggi-tinggi kayak Radiant. Itu orang yang suka grinding tiap hari. Immortal boleh, yang penting ada dia punya gantungan kunci kan.
Gantungan merah itu ya.
Iya, itu secukup itu. Kemarin hampir pick Immortal malah Ascendant muncul.
Di cancel terus ya.
Ada, pokoknya ada.
It's like a fairly standardized start, testing towards A, but no instantaneous follow through. We've been seeing kind of not necessarily one-dimensional, but very hard-headed approaches from PaperX.
Wih, tetap dengan dia punya pandal gosong.
Iya, ada alarm bot. Ada robot.
Fish out the turret. Try to at least on the first beat. Cleans it up on the second. Reckoning invested here, covering the entirety of site.
Ada yang aneh ini berarti.
Perfect read.
Killjoy punya.
Actually playing towards a retake setup here. Didn't want actually find for it.
Ya,
That's a difference. They've had a couple of first picks though, but still, site now being contested. Paranoia Center, they try and work off the back of this. CT has 3, they're going to start swinging on through. Jorgamo in a curious position. Keep your eyes on the kill feed, it's Trey coming in. Forsaken getting invested, swings ahead, and another fight 1 for Demon 1. And held in place by Divine, the numbers overwhelming. The site's EGs, and this time it worked out.
Something kalah.
Said the read was generally pretty good of how PaperX were going to approach the site here. Reckoning invested almost no value outside of finding the plant. But everybody from EG set up to retake very quickly here, not giving not giving PaperX the time and space to get aggressive. Once PaperX see a little bit of space to play into, if they've got 2 or 3 bodies, they're going to do it.
I wonder if the adjustment, if there is any adjustment from PaperX yet. I don't think they have to. It's 1 round. They've still got Device ult now to bring into this one. 5 towards A, and actually EG have 4 players here. Now sitting a little bit deeper, maybe cognizant of Device ult, but Com clearing towards middle, noting nothing towards tiles. As we can see, the PaperX, all 5 players here. Can they deal with the flood that's going to be coming their way? Knife goes in, clears out towards Dice. See the Cove going up, the Lear going to come out. A little offset on the timing, but it's fine. No one's there to challenge this. They're respecting it, but caught on the cross. A lot of chip damage being done here. Com laying down the covering fire. Takes out Forsaken, and the lockdown is in effect.
They have to retreat here.
And this is a good read from Com.
Mindfreak can't really push much deeper than this, but can swing onto it now. Com posted up with the Odin. He's found him. Removed the lurk, removed any sort of safety net from PaperX here. 20 HP, something, spike in hand, but he's solo on Catwalk.
This scares the life out of me. Device falling away. Jing trying to get played in maybe if someone tries to re-clear towards A main. Oh, this is so dangerous! Put his life on the line, try and set something in motion, but they stack up onto a shot. What a shot! Something removes Com and opens up a chance, an avenue forward. Demon 1 might shut it down.
Ente. Dikasih skin
2 knives to the head.
Gosong.
We'll find EG their second. And straight away in response. See the timeout come through from PaperX. Is it feeling as if EG are actually here, the comparison to Split. It was fast, it was pacey. I don't know if the timeout actually was something that Potter's kind of related to the guys. Slow things down a little, let them play into you. Because again, we're seeing a lot of reactive utility as opposed to start of this. It's, taking space in mid and trying to address the back line. I'm curious now of what PaperX's adjustment will be.
Ini idiot di live chatnya Valorant bilang Odin noob. Low rank.
death balling. Shocker.
Baca live chat ini kadang
It got them 4. But it does feel like a bit of a battle of the minds
bikin
here.
kita punya apa?
Potter on one side, obviously.
Sadar ternyata orang nih ada yang betul-betul unik.
Next round success incredibly high. Now I asked the same thing of Alex here. Does PaperX have that ability now to shift gear? The EG have found that step.
Ketahuan sekali lorengnya.
I don't know what the adjustment will be for PaperX going into it. Do they start toying with expectations? They have been deathballing. Do they start trying to punish rotations, catch one of these players off guard? You're going to need something. There's already the money starting to get worked down at here. They still have the ult from Divide. I think, 2 away from the Viper's pit as well, but the others pretty far off.
The concern being EG are in a position to almost get an operator in hand for the next round. Behind a purchase also. Hunter's Fury, we know Com's always good for one with the ultimate.
And it looks like a similar look, right? They're trying to sell the same sort of picture, but the pace change is on short, and it's Jing to open up the account and pretty much take the entirety of the site. No one is on A. They've got complete free reign here to get that point down and get the site on their side.
I don't know if you've heard it, yeah.
Site free.
Or whether or not Com got caught by the no command here, because he was backing up towards Fountain to try and use Hunter's Fury. Jing 45 HP. Demon 1. Trying to sniff him out here on short.
He's down a little lower. Jing 45. Not enough the first time. Oh dear, Com from across the map. Takes out Jing and unlocks the next.
Gets 2!
Good for 1, good for 2. Forsaken stops the rot. Denies Demon 1. Nice fall from
timing,
from Forsaken. And it's all around Com. 1v3. Not going to be happening. PaperX holding on to the A site.
Dia flash kasih keluar bareng.
Reactionary Hunter's Fury here.
Tapi ultinya Sova itu tepat sekali. Baru dapat kena itu juga apa?
As soon as Demon 1 gets contact here.
2.
There's even a flash coming through.
3.
I didn't even note the flash from Ethan.
Pusing Potter.
And that's the thing, you have to watch 3 or 4 different camera angles to really appreciate the little things that evil geniuses do. Regardless, PaperX around on the board, beautiful cleanup from them.
I want to see these guys fully activated now. PaperX looking a little pissed off after map 1, coming back in, fully ready to go. And feeling very little intention behind that early utility. EG might adjust off the back of this. 2 players trying to hold goal. Oh my god! Mind Freak has been removed, and this has stalled out PaperX.
Cringe, kena lihat, astaga.
I mean, there's 5 people in B main here, and nobody's actually holding for a dart.
Aduh, Judge,
jangan
bro. Don't go in there, bro.
Boostio played in here with the judge as well, up close and personal.
Be careful. Trying to play the line here. There is no back line to this. There's no exit plan. There's no great escape for PaperX. They have no other position to look at the map. It's closing in. The net is closing in. There's no way forward. It's a blender. Wow. Boostio has Divide. Oh, blinded flash, dead. EG starting to figure out that PaperX pace.
Beautifully done.
Davai punya shop tidak cukup dia beli senjata.
Just understands the timing so well on the Sova. The back of the turret, taking contact, being dealt with. He waits a second or 2. Said nobody able to react quick enough to the dart. And this is the thing, versus EG, you have to expect Com to be in that position.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
Wait, Ethan, has he been seen? Getting nervous here. I think PaperX has found something.
They heard me, because now Forsaken's trying to find Com. They have switched up though. It's Com and Boostio now, Odin and Judge. The dynamic duo elsewhere on the map. PaperX looking to maybe set up towards a B split here though.
I like that. Again, we knew that death ball would eventually hit a point it can't carry on at, but Ethan is still ahead of this. Demon 1 taking all the attention, almost enamoring PaperX to focus towards him, but it is in Ethan. Do they still stay diligent? Do they still check as well? First fight, it's his. Boostio succeeds. Ethan on the double down. Takes away Divine and Jing, leaving something in Forsaken with a little bit of space and not a lot to do with it. and already feels red. Look at the attention towards CT, the crossfire perfectly held. They're gonna need a lot to break back in here, Mike.
Something.
Wow.
Spinning back and forth, and Jorgamo will find the headshot, just leaving Forsaken as a headshot from Demon One to find the Prime Gaming flawless. And it's so well thought out. You never expect anyone to be ahead of Demon One when he's playing like this, when he's hyper aggressive, and Ethan, the one to tuck in close here.
Got a little nervous on the first couple of shots.
A little bit.
But this has broken the bar of PaperX. And that was the first time I think we started to see them kind of explore that slightly less single-minded approach. And it's not a bad approach when it is PaperX. I can't even doubt it that much, but look at the string of rounds now. Nearly 5 in a row here. After that timeout from Potter, whatever it was the cure. It's completely changed the mentality and the read into this game, and it puts the pressure back on PaperX. 5 is respectable. But you want to be seeing a little bit more out of them here. See if they can post up a couple more rounds, give them some safety on that side switch.
Tidak work kayaknya mereka tuh main KO ini. Harus ada memang anjingnya Sky.
PaperX 4 towards short though. A ton of damage. They're walking into Bustio sets up here.
How is Jing alive? How's he still standing? He's still fighting! Jing! I can't believe it! Walks across the map, somehow breathing. Jorgamo dives in head first. And Demon One in a similar spot. This time he's going to be handled by Divide's utility. And this is that bloody battle we were waiting on.
Stinger supremacy, bro.
The PaperX needed has finally landed true.
Chill, bro. Chill. Planting.
3. Jesus, that's too close.
Fire tagged up down to 48.
Ngeri
Get
sekali.
an opportunity here to play a rifle out. The safety net.
Banyak uangnya.
He's still got his dart.
Starflow down to 70 HP. Eyes trained on heaven.
He shouldn't have play into this. I think he knows he's really running low on chances here.
Just wait for an exit, maybe.
Yeah. Hello, and goodbye. Gonna take away Mind Freak. Spots out one on the site, but again, time. Oh, Device having none of it. None of that here today, and Mike, the absolute wherewithal of this team. PaperX just flew through that site.
I mean, Bustio, it takes him a couple of seconds to actually pop the second Nano Swarm in tree here. I think that's the issue. Jing has a little bit of room to work with, and he's able to get...
Beautiful. Filthy.
Yeah. I was going to say a disgusting spray with the Stinger, but it gets the job done. In one of the most PaperX rounds I think we've seen so far today.
They could have done with one.
Yang satu ketawa, yang satu
nervy,
stres.
right, when you look to the run-arounds coming in, but back in we go. Even one played in a little off the spam of comp. And wait, Jorgamo just got the first? Ooh. Taking away Jing almost instantaneously is a problem. Clean from Demon One, and no opportunity for a trade.
Of course,
something denied.
Well, thought about it. Something given a second shot here. Some time and space in middle. Spike not committed just yet.
Something's been noted as well.
Yeah, he has. Now PaperX looking to regroup. Well, something actually started. Still curious towards B-Main.
Just keep in mind how deep EG is sitting on all of this map as well. They're entertaining no early frags here. No one's playing up by tree. No one's playing close towards the B side. No one's even on the A side. They're sitting CT. They're sitting super deep here. Gonna make PaperX work for their dinner. They've got plenty of ults though.
Ethan spotted.
Closing in a little. They're looking for chances here, PaperX. And there's just being nothing offered.
30 seconds left.
Divide at the jump on point now. Utility still there. That's not ideal. Actually, a bit of an issue. Neron catching up to him, but onto site we go. Again, not taking the bait, showing discipline. Well, until then, the flash almost perfect. Divide could have been in danger. 13 seconds now. They're in trouble. Spike's left loose, and EG play a patient round.
And the pro score list is so robust from EG. Constantly, Ethan jump spotting here. The alarm bot takes contact. They set up for this flash over from spawn to put Bustio in a position to punish Jorgamo. Beautiful opener.
My ultimate.
Fantastic stuff. Unfortunately, Mid-round not really suiting PaperX there, conceding 2 kills, don't really get an opportunity to pin down any sort of engagement across the map. EG mitigating risk really effectively there.
And look at the pressure. Knife catching Busio, going to make this very difficult to hold. They have to respect what's coming their way. And Ching disrespecting all the utility, all the presence. Something on the follow-up and the site may be theirs. One stands in there.
Bro.
Inhuman reaction from something. And this guy is fired up. Back up to 4. PaperX hold the numbers. Com hot on their heels though. He ain't a million miles away from this. This becomes difficult now.
Di luar layar itu.
Facing down near on an army. Trying to toy with them, see if they can spot them.
He got tagged.
He's been forced away. Jogo dives in. Oh my god, the trade. Look at the HP. Mind Freak is on 29. This is scary. But Com is not being given many more chances. He's got the slip. And no shot.
He's got the swap out.
The pin's gonna drop. Oh, Defy! Gorgeous timing from him. That got down to the wire.
What a ridiculous exchange. 7-5 on the half though, Lauren.
Replay dulu tadi tuh.
This is a great game we're seeing here. PaperX doing everything they need, just about securing the last couple of rounds, digging so deep.
Disgusting from something.
Filthy work from him, and it's what you want to be seeing. And this is such pressure stage now for both sides. PaperX in recovery after they struggled. That timeout that came from Potter and EG worked so well. But to hear from someone who knows what it's like on a major stage, let's hand it down to Tarek and Doug.
Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out in the coach streamer area right now. And of course, we've got a fan favorite in Tarek. Tarek, talk to me about the vibes in the arena right now. This place is packed.
Yeah, oh man, it is electric in here. Can I hear you guys one time? Just make some noise.
Mission accomplished. Yeah, I think they got it. Let's talk about the series a little bit. EG, PaperX, who you got?
You know, it's a tricky question. I think there's really no right answer here. I'm happy for either team that wins, but...
Bro.
Go EG. Fuck it, go EG.
Jinx. Yeah, Jinx.
We can edit that out, right? We can get that in post-prod. Do you have any predictions on how far the series is going to go? Is it going the distance or what?
Oh, we want map 5. We pray for map 5, definitely.
All right, last couple of thoughts I'd love to get from you. Talk to me about the new map in particular. Sunset, what do you think?
I'm excited. When do I get to play?
Right after this, actually. I got you.
Let's get it.
And then the cinematic. I know there were people who had really strong feelings. What was happening to Lil Bro? What was happening to Wingman? Was he going to make it on the other side? Tell me, you cried. You cried. I know you cried. You can admit it.
Boaster cried for me, so shout out Boaster. That's my GOAT.
All right, any final things you want to say to the crowd, to the venue before we go, before I let you go?
Go Valorant!
He nailed it. Go Valorant. Thank you so much. Tarek, back to you guys.
Wow, they are some hard-hitting words there from Tarek.
Go Valorant.
Go
Honestly.
Valorant. Yeah, absolutely right. But 5-7. Yeah. This is an incredibly close game. Now, I feel like the bulk of rounds in this for PaperX happened at the start, right? Gave themselves a nice buffer. There was that turn. There was that timeout that gave EG the springboard back to a competitive half. But PaperX still hold the lead here.
They do. Things still looking very scrappy. EG showing that they're happy to go toe-to-toe once again. Continuing that trend. Very early exploration here. Really caught on the counter swing here from Tile.
That'd be nice.
That's his main shell.
That'd be very nice.
Decent damage. Com and Busio.
Setengah semua. Lumayan. Sama lah mereka.
Ching will be happy with that, but I mean, damage back on the other side too. Almost walking away in very similar spots, but a totally different change of pace here for EG. Much slower, a little bit more meticulous, a bit more careful. You know what you're facing here, one of the most explosive teams in the world, even on the defending side. Mind Freak shouldering this. It will be Demon 1 to spot.
Oh, please, no.
Instantly coming through. Now, note the spike. This is not their end goal. They're drawing eyes over.
Which they haven't actually achieved just yet. Busio allowed to bang up onto Forsaken. Still conscious that maybe it being the Killjoy could be a lurk setup.
Yeah, no over-rotation, is there? they're thinking about it, but again, with this timing, this pacing, 30 seconds is going to be down to the wire. This is going to be a very close call on things here, and there's still 2 players to clear out, and it's Jing and something. Yes, lower HP.
Dapat lah ini.
Does he invest? He can do now. Oh, it's stunning from Jing. Denies the first man in, that's Boostio, 10 seconds now. They got 2 targets to find. This is so much to do for EG, but Calm again! Creating all the space, but PaperX playing forward. Already, Mindfreak slipping forward towards Switch, looking to get closer by. Divide by CT, but a 2v4 is so tricky. Mindfreak there draws the attention. Divide on the swing, and denied by Ethan. As EG pick up the pistol in the second half.
For the 6th on the board. 1 away, catching PaperX here at the start of the second half. Beautiful opener from Boostio.
They left it so late.
Yeah, they did.
Terrified.
Again, the plan is executed perfectly. Though the flash over the top to set
di Forsaken duluan itu yang
really well done by EG.
It makes you wonder, if something a bit more HP, if Jing was sitting a little bit pretty on the HP, maybe they could have held off a little longer, but that's neither here nor there as we go forward at 6-7. EG closing the scoreline just a little bit now. Sheriff coming out from Divide. Beyond that, it's classics. But we saw what Jorgamo was able to do on map 1, so maybe don't write it off just yet. But still, stack for PaperX's. Well, they're coming up as the antidote to this round, but man, it's not going to be easy to make count. EG have been quite careful on their approach. Trying to find that information first, but let's see if they can navigate away from this cluster of mayhem on this site.
EG expecting aggression, maybe not expecting a 4-man stack in A main. They got a flash out here with Divide. Doesn't actually have a flash.
They're trying to scramble, and there's no one around.
Ini yang kita suka.
Tries to backpedal. It's sensational from PaperX. And now Boostio and Ethan are reeling off the back of it. Yeah, they get the rest of the map, but look at the upgrades. Look at what they get. A reward for all of that work. But a plant will be had. Can they defend a 2v4 like this?
I mean, it's a Spectre and a
Look
Sheriff.
Look at Ethan's position. Oh my god.
Boys heard it.
Ethan knows what's coming his way. 3 on the other side. First found, second follow-up. Ethan holding the
Brother, what?
Recovering what looked like a lost
What? A performance from Ethan.
That's an Arte round right there.
A sensational 4K.
Itu kenapa kalau kalah jumlah harus main agresif ya?
That looked like PaperX's mic all day long. That start was out of this world.
I mean, this 3rd kill is beautiful. Then the bait with the flash here. Bounces deep. Forsaken has to commit to turning it. Yeah, take a bow.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Oh man, PaperX need you to stabilize here now. Rifles coming up. Gotta keep their heads held high in this one. EG willing to get down and dirty, scrappy into this. A little bit more of a pace change here, getting a little bit more progress done early on. Looking like Ethan wants to work towards that ult, and well, with the round that he just had, why not? He's very close by.
Team 1's got some space to work with here. Look at the respect given by something. Playing all the way towards Fountain. Door is closed, so there's no real need to jump spot anything, but to say that, Jing did actually just sat you up. Spotted a ton of players inside B main. We see this exchange of utility here.
Dari A rotate.
Almost TP'd in.
He's in, and Demon 1's caught. What? What? Demon 1? How's he doing this much damage? Jing and something trying to hold the line. They're doing so well. Something is serious about this one. Trying to dig his heels in here, but Demon 1's still standing and still breathing. There are problems.
20 detik, kasih masuk, retake.
Jorgamo on the other, they're getting aggressive, they're going fast, something wants in, and he's got in, he's taken the round away from them. EG left in tatters as PaperX depending on something there, and he finds it.
What a brutal battle in some of these rounds. A furious exchange.
Mechanical monsters.
Look at... I said, given some space, something respecting set up here initially.
Oh, kelihatan kan anjing.
Beautiful cleanup though between Divide and something. Find Paper X their first round here in the second half. They come away with that though, 2 Bulldogs, so that was just EG's bonus.
Jing's getting a little interested. He's got something walking middle as well. EG aren't really taking that walk. Slowly but surely. Trying to get a bit more curious about what's happening in middle here. It's been enough that's put some question marks around the map. Oh God, something.
Anjing, dekat sekali tu.
Just how close Busio was there.
Oh,
jeez! Yeah, Ethan trying to set it up with a flash. Busio punished.
Yeah, felt that one almost hook, line, and sinker, wanting to try and punish contact that they had. Jing's not relenting. He's not falling back, and maybe he should have. Ethan's got an opportunity, even the scoreboard.
Just look at this setup here. Between something and Forsaken. Yeah, Demon One's like, what the hell's going on in
Dia
there?
buat apa itu? Hampir dia.
Didn't like what he found. But this map is not looking comfy. 30 seconds, they have no way in here. Ethan going for the ult. They pushed forward. Profound aggression.
He just spotted him.
Oh my good God, he's played ahead of it. And Ethan's still doing damage. Spike is running towards A with 18 seconds. When do they realize? When do they turn already? You can see one of them on the case. Mind Freak trying to come on over with 12 seconds. Oh, this plant could be in. Let's see if that cross is made. Jorgamo's made it over. That should be a plant. But up towards heaven, there's 2 coming on forward. Not denied on the plant, but the follow-up's everything. Something now starting to get closer. Comms found something. Mind Freak couldn't quite get the trade. They've slipped away. And Divide gets a bit closer himself. Jorgamo's got him. And now it's Divide in a 1v3. 2 low, and it's very possible for this man. But look at these angles. Brutal to clear. 2 flashes to play with. Can he isolate a fight? What can he do in this? Takes another step, looks for the fight, he's got it! And now the 1v1, but time is against him, and there's a demon on the other side!
Dekat.
Beautiful stuff here. Divide catching a crucial kill onto Ethan, or knocking him in the null command here. And that's the time, but it comes so late that, I mean, you even noted it, when was somebody going to start rotating, but Divide finds the kill, and it's pretty much knife out the entire time. They still don't beat EG to A site. Beautiful all around Ethan as well. Can't remember who it was actually caught in B main in the corner there with the Forsaken, I believe.
The
flash goes through, no command is popped, and again, with all Paper X's utility up, there's kind of I mean, it's their own demise in that regard. The null command goes up, there's no open sight lines towards main, which is why they try and get aggressive. As soon as they concede that kill on Forsaken, Divide's hand is forced, he has to commit to the flank, and it's already too late at that point. 8 apiece here.
Wow. I knew this was going to be a good best of 5, Mike, but we're seeing this really kept close. I'm a bit worried about this half, though. I think seeing the kind of start we're seeing it from EG looking quite well prepared, the money scenario for Paper X, what do they do with this? And the timeout hitting as it is, it's quite indicative they're trying to find adjustments, right? They're trying to find a way forward that's going to work for them here. This composition should be hard to make work, but they're aggressive. They know how this plays out, right? It's not the first time we're seeing it, but I'm a little worried. I'm seeing a hero rifle on Divide. That's about it.
You have the showstopper to play with, but Jing not throwing a shield in the mix here. I don't know if that maybe he's going to try and use that reactor, but Ethan's got to get out of this corner. Spammed up at a 51 HP, but escapes death.
They need to try and feel out where the stack may be, and a quick reaction from Paper X is actually putting them in potentially the correct space. Eyeing up towards the A site now. You can see EG on red alert. After some of those moves we've been seeing coming out, some of those aggressive plays, the flashes off the back end. Speaking of aggressive plays, there's the flash. He knows he's drawn attention here. What do EG do now with the information they've received?
Very cautious approach here. Saw an earlier example of anticipating aggression PaperX already looking like they're going to lean towards a stack on 8. Incorrect read here with what we can see.
It's a gamble stack. You gotta try and risk it, but
I mean, EG have done really well to deny information across the map, so forcing their hand at PaperX in that regard.
yeah, absolutely. So this should be the green light. Shouldn't be any resistance towards the B site here, so it's all on how much can they achieve on the way out. And I always like the readjustment from Comm. I love seeing this.
I think we just saw a teaser for a future execution there. The cloud burst up onto the top.
Itu sofa main jauh sekali.
We do get that
Please,
employed once
ini
again.
Viper cepat sedikit.
The
Viper.
timing, get out of it! Okay, good trade. That's a rifle, but they don't have time really to maybe run and grab that. No. Maybe Forsaken can try and give it a go, but they can get a bit dangerous. Hold on, that flash is a bit of an issue, but it plays in Boostio, but still very diligent on the clear.
Astaga!
Cleaning him up here. Forsaken, the last one
Masih
alive.
dapat anjing.
You can hear the timer ticking away. Demon 1 willing, ready and able to remove the final threat. This round was a gamble stack. It didn't work out.
G will take the lead. PaperX now in a position that feels a little uncomfortable. You look at what's behind this purchase, you look at what's coming out in this purchase, to be honest with you.
One enemy remains.
Vie down on a Bulldog. You will see the operator coming out for something. A chance for him to maybe get something done here. Become a little more aggressive. Well, just saw him, yeah. He's behind Pizza, actually.
Wow.
So hold a very, very passive angle here. This isn't typical, really, of PaperX's approach here. Well, not typical of EG's approach either, but...
Comm, normally good for it. He's cleared out common angles. He's basically facilitated this whole site hit. So something has to try and hold. And the first shot not landed. Opens up so many opportunities for EG. Not feeling secure on the site just yet. PaperX looking maybe to pounce on this. Waterfall in, and they do. Jing takes away Ethan. This is looking much better here. Holding with 5 alive. Can they make it more? Yes! Mind free. Damage done. Good trade. Boostio still pounding away. But the plant's not in. It's held in the hands. Jorgamo not quite there just yet. 24 HP that all of the Boostio has to boast. And now looking for the plant. Jorgamo's got Jing.
Late lockdown as well. This causes real issues for PaperX.
They've got to run. They've got to get out of it. This is the plant that they wanted. And now a true 3v3, but that up. Oh, no.
Astaga, wait, kena.
Wait. Forsaken.
Boostio trying to reflank through mid.
It looked like it, but Forsaken was so ready. And now the counter roll. They're going off this one. Jorgamo's in danger. He's screwed. Trying to stick around on the site. He's been noted. He's been seen. How long can he survive? He's going to be hounded down. Dead. Buried. It's all on Comm in a 1v3. Tap on the spike. First challenge found. Seconds there. PaperX.
Memang PaperX ini bikin orang jantungan, anjing.
I love the idea here from EG.
Kayak mengantuk tapi hilang mengantuk kalau begini.
This is relying on a kill or two towards short. PaperX in that regard, I guess, doing the right thing and not giving anything away.
Tahan apa saya dari tadi?
Well, they barrel down Catwalk, find themselves in tree very, very quickly.
They're keeping up, Mike. They are clawing onto this game. They do not want this one to go like Split did, that 13-10. PaperX showing real resilience here. As said, last dance for Jing.
Get out of my way.
And it looks like an aggressive start for him as well. Up and over, not quite. Paint shoulder we left, and Forsaken couldn't quite get around the corner.
Jorgamo tries to capitalize on the aggression, TPing elsewhere on the map, but PaperX disengage very quickly. Something we'll find Boostio as well.
Ayolah guys,
you got this, guys. Operator in hand now.
At least satu sama lah, biar tidurku nyenyak.
Where does EG look?
Kalau kalah juga di map ini, aduh babi, besok pagi-pagi bisa 3-0.
PaperX keeping the numbers up.
Bangun sakit kepala.
Having that additional body they can post towards the site. Mind Freak drifting around towards top middle, noting maybe the vulnerability there, but it looks like maybe Devi's the one who could receive the attention if they furthered the pathing up towards Tree. As it stands, it's only Demon 1. Yes, Jorgamo A main, but indecision. It feels like for EG, waiting to see if there is a re-aggress here.
Something.
Timingnya bagus.
That was
another kill here onto Com. Mindfreak tucked into this
Wait.
pocket.
No, Mindfreak.
This could be deadly.
Oh, he... Wait. No.
Okay.
They have no idea. There's no idea. There's no way Devi even. That is caught on the way up regardless. Beautiful from Devi. Yes. Mindfreak's position would have been the back line if required. But Devi doesn't even let it get that far.
Gila.
All three to clean things up.
Nah, tidak berani lagi berdiri di belakang wallnya Viper gitu. Cepat soalnya.
They've been struggling for the last few rounds to
Woi,
find a response.
manusia. Ini orang terlalu berani.
Like I said, the operator finally finding some value here. It's Boostio and Com. Playfreak's one way from the pit. EG, I think really on the brink here for them. Yeah, rifle in the hands of Demon 1 to try and get something done here. An early paranoia.
Tidak jadi, dia bilang malas.
Mitigated or negated by paint shell. EG don't want to give up the space though.
But there's a trade. Forsaken's got to be careful. He's the last standing bastion of this site. Support's on the way and Devi gets there. But Boostio hands out a haircut to Forsaken. It rolls on the floor. You're looking at Devi, who's been absolutely nuts this map. EG continue. They can pause for a little bit. They're still above a minute. This is early fights, and the temptation for that rifle, I'm sure, is just as well. But Boostio knows better. Note Mindfreak here. How far does he go? No, I think he felt the timing out a little bit.
For sure, EG though, cut noise behind this. Paperex with the correct read though. How did he just land that?
Something is activating here. This guy's coming online. The last couple of rounds have been essential to this player. And a fantastic catch on the adjustment from Com. There's no escaping your fate. You've got to stand and fight. And Devi, the final boss of B. Not going to give it up. Not going to let him back.
Mau.
Akhirnya mereka activated.
Paperex looking like they want to answer back here. With a map win on Ascent, will force a timeout hit. Oh my god.
Babi memang.
Nah.
Anjing.
Nah.
Something bilang. Kau lihat tadi, kau lihat.
And it's a timeout for EG now. 3 consecutive rounds from Paperex at such a pivotal time. This could be outcome defining here. No key ults to depend upon for EG. This has to be just in the server traditional approach. On the other side, I mean, you've got the Viper's Pit there, one away from Devi's, operators in play.
I mean, I was talking about Paperex having real concerns in terms of the inventory the last few rounds. Now they've strung 3 together. It gives access to some real game changers.
Stare down,
in terms of opportunities, I mean, another round potentially for Jing will have him a little closer to the showstopper as well. The Pit notoriously difficult to overcome in terms of Ascent as well, because it's just it's not really in the wheelhouse just yet. A few teams obviously playing around with it, but plenty of options here. I think if you look at the other side of things, EG with what's left, not many. 2 off the null command of their own, 3 away from the lockdown. It's just not feasible.
Hey, Lord Master di Valorant Champion, kocak.
What's the answer? I've loved what something.
Lord Master di Valorant Champion.
Flashy shot in the one just gone, but even bigger picture, he has been finding such impact since getting that operator.
Alah, Elon.
Like a change-up might be in place of Forsaken taking over the role. Don't do that to me.
I mean, he's just hit that shot, and then you take the operator off him.
What is he up to? What is the game plan here? It looks like he's getting into it. They're getting aggressive again. Look at the crunch towards tiles. This puts him on the chopping block. Forsaken not going to land the shot he wanted. EG running away. They don't want any of what's being sold over there. They've already lost Demon 1. Yes, Jing fell as well.
Does the Pit come out from Mindfreak now?
He has
He's
every option.
ahead of the wall.
Mindfreak, are you mad? Get out of there. EG are on the way. It could be hot flash and a swing. That's audacious. And it might be a mistake.
They've just given them a 3v2 and an open sight.
I think they underestimated who was here and when. Forsaken still has the operator. Something on the Vandal. This seems just bizarre. And with the chance, something slipped forward. The Cove actually helped him, but Chocobo gets denied. A 2v2 now on the side. Boostio and Com trying to keep control. Swing, a miss, Com on the trade. But he finds Forsaken. broken. And the shot done. It's huge. Something is bleeding.
Oh, nice.
Still standing and still fighting.
Ice cold
Anjing,
from
kena
something.
shoulder juga masih. Wih, ngeri.
He stared them down.
Yeah.
He stared them down.
Gila itu sih, itu fucking confidence itu.
That's the brute force you get from a player like him.
Replay.
Itu.
Look at this man.
Tapi for second jadi mati gara-gara dia pencet itu peluru tembus ke belakang.
Iya sih.
Beautiful stuff as 2 rounds
Itu
now.
masih sempat-sempatnya berdiri nonton orang.
For Paper X. It's given Paper X map point here. EG trailing by 3.
With the spam already. Not great.
Kena.
Demon 1, he's gone.
Wih.
He's fallen.
Oh.
Jing getting a little closer too.
Akhirnya mantap
They
cuy.
can't go
Anjing.
along this route any further. Oh my god, Jing.
No.
It's Paper X. They don't shot. You didn't see him, Boostio.
Astaga.
How have you done that? He's got a lockdown.
He forces out here.
Ulti.
Device walking into it. Device walked into it. This is
Yes.
just unbridled
Killjoy mati.
aggression. Again and again, they keep retaking the fights.
Who's next? Mind Freak down to 70 HP.
Marah-marah Alex ini.
Something.
Pasti marah-marah Alex.
Position towards mid. Hasn't
Viper
operated. No
ulti
chance to
nggak
actually
sih?
swap this weapon out ahead of the retake. He's actually popped his Empress as well.
Hey,
Finally, things slow down.
Yeah, that feels just like a
Tidak ada yang mau
mental
pick
break for
ini.
these two. The utility that EG has is quite substantial. But
Pick
something is
bang, ayo bang, pick lah bang.
That's enough that makes me worry. He's still paranoid about middle. The flash is good, sticks around for the shot, plays in Mind Freak, he waits on the first, he pounds it. No, he doesn't!
No.
Ethan! He's bailed him out until then! Kong stays alive, EG with a lifeline!
It's another example when the layering of utility from EG is so good. They cut sound here, wait for the cooldowns to come back. The flash allows the ping to come through. You can see that Ethan actually tanks clear. He's nearsighted, but the ping from the recon is perfect.
Sudah game keberapa
Speaking
ini?
of perfect.
Kedua.
Stop it! That's how you stay alive?
Siapa menang game
That's how you
pertama?
get to 10? It
Dia
feels
menang ya.
unfair.
Marah-marah Alex. Migran dia anjing. Migran
Oh,
sekali.
marah-marah.
Yeah, Mike. 10 to 12. Paper X still on the verge. One more round. They tie up this series. Something. Getting interested in middle here.
Apa ini final?
It will lock down A main. Something not
Berat
noted just
cari
yet.
3-0 Min.
Com hasn't invested in utility towards mid.
Iyo, best of 5.
Well, they want to regroup pretty early on outside B.
Wih, apa tuh?
Leave Jorgen won't
Killjoy
post
ulti
it.
masih ada
Does have
lagi.
the TP, an opportunity to regroup later on. But
Oh, kayaknya juga ulti ada sih.
fairly favourable engagement here. Lockdown will clear sight as well.
Ada bom, ada
Don't
bom.
worry
Paint
for
shot.
the exit. Okay.
It does do it.
Lovely.
Mantap,
That's
mantap,
fantastic,
mantap,
isn't it?
mantap.
I don't know if they felt as if they knew where Jing was earlier on.
They're at 38 seconds and they ain't got a
Eh,
step
panik
outside.
for a second,
Who's
eh.
on the other side here? Something with a huge
Okay.
opportunity. A step is heard and it's more than enough
Okay.
for him. And now more information
Yeah,
aplenty. Com in trouble, but a great bailout from him.
Kom itu dia,
Divine
dia
looking to get involved, though.
disurut itu
Pixel
terus
out
ya.
of place and he spotted him, but 20 seconds. EG need to keep going. Device got down. Brought down
Ada
on
top
his
G, ada
hands
top
and
G.
knees as Jing trying to fill the void. Catches on the cross, gonna deny
Ulti,
Com.
bro.
Getting towards the side. Jing,
kena
fantastic.
flip.
10
Aduh,
seconds.
kenapa dia
Gotta
win?
get the spike down. They've done just enough to get into
Main
a
free
1v2.
parah nih. Lagi.
Demon one out
Oh,
of
bisa
his
dikasih
ball
hancur
performance
ultinya ke
Forsaken
Killjoy
to
itu.
try
Pakai
and
itu
take down
skill.
the remainders.
Bisa.
Sitting pretty, perfect HP, but can he find the double stack towards hell? No, he can't. EG nearly tying up the series off the back of exceptional work from Demon One.
And I feel like
Main
with
free.
one round just there,
Wih, 2 kali cuy.
they've just broken the momentum that Paper X had established here in the second half on Ascent.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
shot.
the second shot to Jorgen is out.
Itu wave itu sudah lah ya.
but there was so little time to
Ya,
recover.
11-12 deh.
Come out finally after a string of rounds. Paper X
Hey,
forced
jangan OP,
into
please.
a lighter purchase, be it just a stinger.
I was wondering if they're up to something off the rip there, Mike. I saw 3 of them stacked up and I get a little worried. It doesn't matter the scoreline. Paper X will still do something absolutely demented.
They just got the reckoning off that. That early aggression has rewarded them the reckoning. Now they have the showstopper. It's 2 ultimates that can be
Aduh, lapar lagi.
towards a retake here.
Huh? Lapar.
The Mind Freak getting a little closer makes me nervous.
He tried to pop flash off this last time.
Still almost so aware of a nice way to hold those who's just not affected.
Fade things out. In terms of information, you
Mereka
figured
cuma
out
main retake
initially early
ada
on
ulti.
where Forsaken is. Now you know where Devi is. Com trying to confirm a third presence.
Cari info saja.
They're waiting for the check. And here it comes. The swing! And
Okay.
from D1
Okay.
something! It's just a straight up killer! 2 back-to-back. Ethan gets a chance to punish. He's not clean enough. Something is absolutely demonic right now. Trying to get across the line. Breaks are holding on
Mampus.
here. They want to tie up the series. Get us back to a 1-1 scoreline.
Let's go!
Fucking go!
Two's theirs.
Talking about the script getting
Wih,
flipped.
mantap betul.
Ascent goes the way of Paper
OP-nya
X
kalau
here.
wanted.
EG felt
Tak kaget
themselves
di
if
mana
they
itu
were
di
poised for a
swing 2
2-0
orang
lead
itu.
here. Ridiculous
Main Freak
performance.
ketawa-ketawa anjing.
Had 10
Main Freak
first
ketawa-ketawa.
bloods.
Dia tahu dia punya whip tadi itu.
I mean, it's unheard of.
Oh ya, dia sadar itu dia punya itu parah sekali.
Them something also.
Kenapa mereka tidak mau kepukul saja pas lagi berjalan keluar begitu ya?
Changing some of the outcomes
Blok
throughout
mati
this, but
kah?
again,
Apa kah? Baku
Paper X
dorong kah?
picking themselves back
Wih, menang
after
tuh
a
ini.
rough start on map 1.
Itu sama.
Hard-fought game, but here in map 2,
Lo nonton di mana kah?
13-11 is
Kayak macam ketinggalan saya.
Kasih mundur dulu baru kau pencet ulang lagi. Ding punya spider sense juga balik ke belakang itu. Pasti
Kamu
headsetnya.
nonton yang Indonesia punya?
Tidak. Yang anu, yang internasional.
Lama ini game ini sampai pagi nih.
Sampai pagi memang. Sama dorang masih siang ini. Hilang ngantuk. Oh ini off season. Ada Sentinel, ada 100 Piece, ada DRX, Zeta. Ada tim tier 2 juga.
Jauh jangkauannya itu. Ultinya bazukanya Razi loh.
Apa nyaris?
Ultinya bazukanya.
Jangan salah, kok kadang-kadang melawak itu ulti itu. Kadang-kadang kita pikir mati, tidak mati. Beli apa begini Tom?
Apa?
Kursi.
Mahal cok beli anu itu. Kursi yang biasa saja merek lokal kan sudah main satu jam lebih mau 2 juta sampai 2.500.000.
Ini 8 juta ini.
Kalau yang anu begini lah mau main 5 juta sampai 9 juta cok.
Mana ada steel share? Di mana ada secret label 5 juta? Tidak ada, paling murah 7 juta.
Herman Miller paling oke tuh.
Sudah kursi warnet saja yang plastik itu.
Merek luar itu kan mahal sekali. Sampai pokoknya paling murah itu 5 juta. Paling mahal itu lalu saya lihat berapa? 8 juta lebih cok, 8,5.
Mau buat iklan apa mereka ini?
Little moments of joy are not so little. They are pure joy.
Tahu iklan begini saya bingung. Sebenarnya lu iklan apa?
Come to Andalusia.
Sponsor.
Andalusia.
Berapa banyak playernya Valorant ini?
Banyak sih menurutku. Untuk game baru banyak sekali memang. Baru Valorant itu dia punya bagus gara-gara mungkin dia punya animasi sama dia punya learning curve. Tidak sesusah CSGO. Jadi ya
Kalau-
cewek pun bisa main begitu, anak kecil bisa main.
Iya, kalau untuk kamu bicara grafik sama dia punya animasi memang bagus Valorant nih.
Lebih fun.
Buangan dari CS dong tuh di sini semua. Iya, game kalau terlalu gampang ke Valorant mungkin dia pun skill ceiling kan, dia punya batas
Iya,
kayak
skill ceilingnya.
tinggi sekali ya. Orang main one-tap saja dia punya itu.
Saya main di Iron kemarin, ada orang bagondok. Musuh bagondok, dibilang sama cheat. Sepanjang round dia bilang sama cheat. Pokoknya biar kamu sakit kepala, bisa bilang iya sama cheat. Tegal sekali dia.
Lapar. Sudah ada kau hitung.
Ya, ada shot paper ku hitung dari habis 1.
Energi ganti rosternya pasti ya, seharusnya belum lihat.
Iya, energi mau lepas itu mau lepas, bukan Navi yang mau lepas Sinet. Energi juga kayaknya ganti. Escarosi saja mau diganti ya.
Energi itu minuman tuh.
Nah iya betul. So ada dia punya teaser Imperium knife-nya
Di mana?
di Twitter Valorant update. Keren, 2 tangan dia punya pedang.
Mahal kok pedang nih, Bans. Bisa sampai 5.000.
Tidak, kayaknya kalau Imperium tidak sampai deh. Tidak tahu kayaknya tidak.
Di mana? Valorant update.
Valorant updates.
Valorant update.
Ada promo nganggur.
Wala ini kayak itu bundle murah dulu tuh.
Iya, yang Sarmat.
Nah itu.
Mereka ini harus baca cepat-cepat. Siapa yang nonton update Valorant update, Mike Valorant list news ini harus baku cepet-cepatin. Siapa yang belum upload, mereka yang gacor.
Imperium ini kok kelihatan mirip Sovereign begini ya?
Skin baru ini nanti warna apa dia?
Skin baru ada 4 warna. Ada hijau, putihnya kayak Forsaken
Forsaken ya maksudnya? Bukan Sovereign. Yo, Forsaken.
Forsaken Sovereign, sama saya tuh. Yang putih.
Oh, Forsaken itu yang hijau toh?
Let's talk about the dance cam. Like I was
Forsaken,
on the
iya,
dance
Forsaken
cam.
hijau sama putih.
Right, okay.
Tapi Sovereign itu juga ada putihnya,
OC
mirip.
was incredible. We have been planning that OC for a very long time. I think
itulah.
how did you all
Mirip
feel
putih
about the
emas.
OC? Everyone?
Terus habis itu ada merahnya, ada hijaunya, sama ada
Music
hitamnya.
and fun and joy
And dancing?
and dancing. Who doesn't
Yes,
like
Saya
it
jadi
was
tidak suka
amazing.
ulang.
Well, since I have you guys here for a moment, let's talk about the
Terlalu
game
be aja
overall
kecuali
and
putihnya.
the sport that we all love, Valorant. Leo, what does the future of Valorant look like for us? Because I feel like we have so many cool things on the horizon,
So,
and the year's not even over yet.
Very, very true. Yeah. So we're of course
Dia punya seri itu
concluding the
bagus.
competitive season here with champions,
Yes,
but we still
yeah.
have so much coming. We have off season starting. We have over 40 events happening all around the world. We have roster mania starting, and we of course have game changers later this year in Brazil, which we're incredibly
Pas akan mati lu sering supaya saya ngomong dari HP.
So yeah, and then next year, of course, we're doing so much, bringing events to new locations, Madrid, Shanghai,
you,
more teams
Yamamoto
playing in
Stream.
international leagues. We're very, very excited about it.